Hey everybody and welcome to the stream. I'm level 28. Wait, yep. Level 28 right now. And the big news is I got 4 days of work and that means 4 days of grinding. So I will hit level 30 today. I join a clan and then let's see what the end game for the division is like. So can't wait to hit level 30. Thanks. I put some pod I put some podcast on and I'll start up my Twitch chat on my phone. Hallo.
Hostile control point identified. hostile supply convoy nearby. Reinforcements en route. Incoming hostiles detected.
expensive! Got you now. Gotta change mag! Destroy... Fire! Before they get around! Make a
I'll
run
keep
for
it
it!
safe.
Get up, now!
I'll take care of it. This was over here.
Crazy! Gotta get back out there! Good shot! How many of them do we have to
Supply room
kill?
access unlocked.
BD oil, a lot of people say it's 100% guaranteed, a lot of people say it's organic, a lot of people say it's third-party tested, and they're full of shit. This is not the case here. It's THC free, it's the best CBD oil, period. Wouldn't stay wrong, PureSpectrumCBD.com, promo code SHOP for 10% off. You're welcome.
Alrighty, back to this little clip. This is Sam Maxwell, who came back.
You can fast forward a little bit.
Let's go. Oh, let's go here.
He's like bullshitting the whole time.
Dancing around, taunting, winning the entire fight, and then out.
Like bad, too.
You can't even stand back up.
Douglas and Harding.
Wow, good for him. Damn, that's a bad knockdown. Hilarious.
Yeah,
It's a great highlight.
definitely.
What else you got?
Alright, this is what Conor McGregor said about the whole co-main event thing.
Okay.
He said that he'll actually do it, but the one condition is he has to own shares of the UFC. Like, he has to be an actual partner with the UFC, and he's happy to do it.
I'm ready to fight. I said that, no problem. He was on slide in the co-main event help. What that is, me sliding into co-main event, it's boosting their brand over fight and rhetoric they have. There's no problem with that, but if they want me to push that, and I have no problem push that, give me my rightful shares in the UFC company, that's all I ask. You can put me on the first fight on the ESPN Plus, no problem. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, that's where he's at in life. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll do it. I need my worth, though. You got to pay me on my worth. You want to put me in a co-main event so it boosts who's in the main event and garners attention and sells your fucking new ESPN Plus. I need shares, man. I need a shitload of money. I make so much money with my fucking proper whiskey and just, I'm set, man. So if you want me to do it, this is what it's going to take. You got to respect it.
Definitely.
I'm good for him.
And then
There's no way the UFC does that. And if that's the case, we're never ever see him fight again.
Alright, well, he's been calling out a bunch of people. He was at this place, I think it was St. Patrick's Day. He was standing on top of a bar and talking to a bunch of audience members.
Okay, where at?
Media.
In Boston?
Chicago.
All right. Chicago.
And then-
Great. Weren't you at the market in Chicago? Yeah. Did you see Connor? You weren't at the right spot.
Yeah. So he said a bunch of stuff. First of all, he wants to rematch Floyd Mayweather.
Was he drunk?
No, he seemed pretty lucid. Also, he said a fight with a trilogy with Nate Diaz will happen because he owes it to him.
But again, none of this makes any sense. If he so he's saying all this, right?
And Khabib, yeah.
Incoming backup request.
I'm all in. And he says Connor blames drop in dedication for blames drop in dedication loss in Khabib.
Yeah, because you know so much
That's
stuff
fair.
going on.
Yeah, that's fair. Has too much going on. Was out 2 years. The thing is, all right, fight Khabib, I'm in. Fight Nate Diaz, I'm in. Fight Anthony Pettis, I'm in. Be co-main event, I'm in. Whatever you want to do. But if the deal is you need a share of the UFC in order to fight, we're never going to see him fight. Does he deserve that? If I'm the UFC, would I give him shares? Yes. Are they? No. So if his one condition is he needs a percentage of the UFC in order to fight, we're never going to see him fight.
Well, fight co-main event slot. Otherwise, I guess he's implying that he would fight
Because he gets a share of the pay-per-views if he's the main event. If you're co-main event, you don't get a share. You know that, right? So usually in contracts, the main event pay-per-views, you have a certain amount of pay-per-view points. which is
Hostile
why
control point
DC,
nearby.
Brock Lesnar, Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, the big names make serious money. That's how they make life-changing money. But now that it's ESPN Plus, and you always, I think you don't get points until you hit over 300 pay-per-views, 300,000. Well, now with this new ESPN landscape, there's no way you're hitting 300,000.
Heavily armed. Hostile
Yeah, so
supply
if you
convoy
have to
nearby.
restrict your contract. If you're a manager and you have like Ali or Audi
Got any
or
spare ammo?
Malky, if you're those guys, you're gonna have to restructure your contract.
Additional hostile
Now that it's on
contacts.
ESPN's digital platform, there's no way that it can be 300 don't get paid. It has to be 100 now, 100,000. So with Connor, I'm sure down for the main event, I get points. But now I'm in, I get a flat fee, fucking points. We're in this no man's land, the Wild West. I have no idea how this is gonna go. Should go good, but I'm not coming back and getting a trade chip and risking
Access
everything.
key detected.
You know, including my health based off an experiment on the fucking digital platform.
You healing up there,
What else you
agent?
got?
2 call-ups from welterweights. Conor McGregor. First one, Tyron Woodley on TMZ. He was, where you at, Connor? Quit being a bitch, let's fight.
Love it.
And also,
love it. Never happening. Carry on.
Jorge Masvidal, he posted this little thing right here. Summertime 3-piece combo, let's do it in Ireland. I don't think this is a real post, but someone sent it to him and then he posted it.
Love it. Not happening. What else you
Hostile
got?
control point identified.
Let's go with this right here. Since
Detected.
TJ
Hostile
Dillashaw's
supply convoy
relinquished the title,
heavily
Dana
armed.
White says he's thinking of Henry Cejudo versus Marlon Moraes.
Love that fight.
for the
Marlon
big
Moraes
fight.
is a motherfucker. You hear anyone talk about him? His trainer, Mark Henry, I mean, this dude's the real deal. Ali was telling me about this dude. I mean, like, apparently he is good at every fucking thing. He's a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. I like that fight. Love
Sweet.
that fight, actually.
And here's just a little post between those two guys.
God, you know what I don't want to hear? Henry Cejudo and Marlon Moraes talking shit.
It's not bad though. It's not
God.
bad. Because this is what Henry Cejudo always talks about, the youngest gold medalist.
We get it. We get it. As impressive as it is, we get it.
Yeah.
I love Henry Cejudo. But I was the youngest Olympic gold medalist and the UFC flyweight champion. I just knocked out a PD user in 30 seconds. You think I'm afraid of a World Series fighting former champion? All right.
Just imagine
But
Marlon Moraes.
stay humble, my friend. Take care of your business. I'll take care of mine. You'll strike out with me worse than you did with that WWE girl.
Not bad.
I don't want to watch them talk shit. That's what I do. You know what sells me on that fight? Their skills. I don't need to see them do this at all. Some guys I can see do it, some I don't.
All right. Well, that's all the big ones.
All right.
You want to jump to the fights?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking and I just found out late last night, I actually couldn't sleep thinking about it. My episode of This Not Happening on Comedy Central airs this Friday, 11 Pacific.
Damn.
Comedy Central. I shot that. how long
Dude,
ago, Chip?
I remember.
Was that 2.5 years ago?
It felt like that, at least.
I'm pretty sure we shot 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because you came.
That's when I barely started.
You were new. You were front row at a strip club.
It was awesome.
That I shot it in a strip club. It's my story how I went from fighting into comedy. Check this out. And now that story is on. That story, which all right. So I shot that 2.5 years ago, and on Comedy Central this Friday, it's a 7. They've cut it down to 7 minutes. You know that story. It was the meat and potatoes of my
7
special.
minutes. Did you get to see it then?
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Cut, which kind of
damn.
drives me nuts. So who knows what's going to look like? That's what makes me nervous about it. However, 2.5 years ago, think of working on a story for. I've been doing that story for over 3 years. Think about doing that story for 3.5 years. Think about doing that story for 3.5 years. From where it's at then to where it's at my Showtime special, completely different animal. So that's what I'm nervous about. Not that it was bad. You were there.
That was
It's not
great.
bad, but the best versions on Showtime. It's apples and oranges.
Portable
So as
electronic
performer,
device detected.
delivery, timing.
Of course you did.
Portable
So I'm
device
fine, too.
detected.
Yeah,
But
added some things.
you were emotional on the.
I got
stuff
emotional
happening,
on
so
that,
that's
I
why
know.
I think it's
Yeah, we'll
a
see.
good thing.
We'll see, man. But when they told me it's 7 minutes long, I went, how in the world do you make that story 7 minutes?
I don't know.
That's a 25-minute bit I do.
It was longer too, right? Before.
Yeah. And then for the Showtime, I cut it down,
Electronic
cut the
device
fat off.
detected.
Made it is what it is. I'm never telling a story ever again.
Portable
And I'm
device
so
detected.
happy to shoot the special because we're doing telling a story that long. I just couldn't wait to get rid of it. And I have no fighting bits anymore. There's zero fighting. So
I'm not staying
yeah,
here.
that airs this Friday on Comedy Central. I have no idea what it looks like. They're sending me social assets on Wednesday to post about it. But yeah, the 7 and then the long version, which I don't know, for Comedy Central is probably about 14 minutes, airs June 11th, and that's on their YouTube. That's where they get all their views. I don't know how many people stop and watch Comedy Central on actual TV, but the big one is their YouTube. The YouTube channel.
Entering contaminated area.
Also, they're gonna show it on TV shortened, but then on YouTube it's gonna be
Because
lengthened.
for TV, it has to be 22 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 people, 22 minutes. So each person gets 7 minutes. Well, I might get 8. Other dude gets 7. Other dude gets 7. So they had to cut it down for TV. Then they released the long, unedited versions.
That's awesome.
June 11th on YouTube.
Maybe later.
But the one where it's cut the fat, best of the best, is May 17th on Showtime, which is a Friday night Showtime, the day before Deontay Wilder fights. That's the big boy.
As soon as we get there, you can't
You
get
guys gonna have some stand up on,
5 more minutes.
they can see, for those of you that see me in person. That'll be the first one you see.
Do you know if they're gonna have the same people that were that same day with you that did their bits?
They cut it up, so it's only 3 people. I don't know who's with me.
Nearby Echo
They had to, I
detected.
think they told me, hold up.
Hostile convoy detected.
Yeah, because there was,
There's a guy that I'm a fan of his music. That was there.
oh,
Electronic device
his already here.
detected.
Oh, so with me, let's see, it says, yo man, you know how I found out that it's gonna air? Fans were DMing me in my stories on Instagram. Dude, just saw an ad for your, this is not happening. Time said, like, what the fuck? You know, in June, right? I'm like, no, it says it's Friday. I'm like, I think you're wrong. So I emailed Comedy Central. They put, your fans are correct. Your episode airs this Friday at 11. We'll send you the Soul Shot sets on Wednesday. Your episode is called Despair and features you, Rita Rudner, and Ryan Sickler.
Rita Rudner.
2 great comedians. Your extended story is still set for June 12th on YouTube. Well,
It's okay.
Bro.
She's just sleeping.
How's her fever?
yeah, he's great. Ryan Sickler's
Try to
great.
sleep some more.
Rita Rudner's a legend. Interesting. I have no idea what to expect as you guys.
Damn, 2.5 years. That is.
Control.
Is that the longest you've ever waited for something that you've done to come out?
Yeah, I mean, just, it's so old school, man. Why would
Such an
Comedy Central
interesting
wait that long? What are you doing? I don't know. I don't know how many people watch on Friday. The big one's when it hits YouTube, though. But again, the big one's May 17th on Showtime. That's the big one. I gotta get my hair cut today, too, because we gotta do
I thought you were growing it out.
What? Growing it out. I was gonna grow it out Bradley Cooper style, but then Showtime's like, yo, we gotta shoot the intro to your special. Do like a funny special.
That
You know,
sucks.
like a funny intro.
Yeah.
And I need the similar haircut as I had on the special. Can I have different hair?
Bummer.
Kind of, dude. No more Bradley Cooper. He's a dimey, I'll give him that. He's a dimey. All right. We got fights this weekend?
Yes.
Love this main event. Barboza, Justin Gaethje, straight up first team all violence, both of them. You know, is Justin Gaethje going to use his wrestling? Is he going to finally break out of his shell with wrestling as his background? Is he going to use that and get it done? Had a great fight against James Vick where he knocked him out in the first round. Didn't use wrestling in that, did he?
Never.
He was
He had his fight of the year against
His mother
Dustin
is
Poirier.
sick too. I don't know what to do.
Now fight for world champion. He lost to Eddie Alvarez. Before that, he beat some
He
guys,
hasn't said
but
the word since yesterday.
big win
I
over
understand, but
James
look
Vick.
around.
But he keeps
We're
saying he's
way
going to use
past
his wrestling.
capacity.
If there was ever a time to use wrestling, because what's interesting is with Justin Gaethje,
Please, stand
well,
back.
he's done some leg kick in the UFC where you're like, oh, those are pretty good leg kicks. But if you watch him in World Series of Fighting, that motherfucker would leg kick your feet off. He was Mr. Leg Kick. But what's interesting is in this fight, Barboza goes, you fancy yourself a kicker? Cool story, bro. You're a wrestler who fancies himself a kicker? Check my kicks out. Suck on this. So I wonder if he's going to play that leg kick game with fucking Barboza, which would be a terrible idea, yet would be awesome to watch. Would be very fun to watch if he plays that game. That's why we love Justin Gaethje, because I think he will play that game, which is insane. So, you know, if you look at Barboza, no one goes, you know, I'm just going to stand there with him. It's going to end well for me. Not really, ever. Look at all the guys who decide to stand with him. They get pretty fucked up. Dan Hooker learned the hard way. Dariush learned the hard way. Melendez, Anthony Pettis, Paul Felder. So if you stand with him, it's gonna be a tough night. If you grapple him, you can come out successful. I.e. Kevin Lee, Khabib, you know, So Tony Ferguson also ended up choking him unconscious. So a lot of guys, if you decide to grapple, that's kind of the Achilles heel of Barboza. Justin Gaethje's crazy though. First team all crazy, first team all violence. That's why we tune in. I see him maybe using some wrestling, and I think he's gonna find out Barboza's actually kind of tough to take down. And we'll just go back to the Justin Gaethje that we love. And he's a fucking wild card. He might knock Barboza out. He might get knocked the fuck out. That's why we're watching. It's not gonna be a boring fight. It's sure as fucking going 5 rounds. That being said, I have this. What's the odds?
Do you wanna guess?
Before you show me the odds, I have a weird feeling Justin Gaethje pulls this off.
Okay. He's not the favorite.
He's not the favorite.
Barboza minus 145, but it's so small.
Small, super small. I like that Josh Emmett, Michael Johnson fight.
Yeah.
And I love the Michelle Washington, Carolina fight. Pulling for my girl Michelle Watson. Damn, Ross Pearson's still fucking doing it, dude. Shout out to Ross Pearson. And then my boy Ray Borg, big favorite.
Big favorite.
Shout out to Ray Borg. Baby's doing better, man. Baby's doing better. Shout out to the Borg family, man. That's a good fight, though. Great main event. Great main event. Indeed. Is that it, dude?
Do you want to talk about this at all? Ryan Garcia's fighting Jose Lopez.
The sexy Ryan Garcia, the youngster. You talking about the Mexican Justin Bieber boxing? What about that guy? Yeah, looks good. Fight's good. Superstar. Tune into him if you want. He's gonna be around for a long time. He's your next like crossover big pop star in boxing. 17-0, 14 KOs from Victorville, California. He's a fucking monster. Is that it?
That's...
What? How old is he?
He's young as hell.
That is so Mexican.
20 years old.
Good for him, dude. Keep pumping. Keep pumping, Ryan Garcia. Keep pumping. Keep breaking hearts and snapping jaws, bro. Shout out to Ryan Garcia. Terrible picture on there. Looks like shit in that picture. He has the fake braces on, the Invisalign, the Callan hat. Those are bad. Get some fan questions, dude.
Got some fan questions.
What do you guys got for me? I don't pick these, just so the fans know. You guys pick these.
Yes.
What do you got?
To Fritzy, do you think the outcome of Pettis versus Wonderboy and Till Masvidal will encourage more of those cross-weight division fights?
Yeah, guys not killing themselves to go down in weight. I think, you fight at your full potential when you're not draining your body of nutrients and fluids. And, I think we see a lot of time after time guys get, better and better when they go up in weight class. I'd love to see Till at 85.
Sweet. Josie Cat 31, is Pettis versus Masvidal next, or does the UFC hate my money?
I agree. Take all my money. When I say all my
Agent,
money,
we got a project
my
ready for
$4.99
completion at
and
the
then
campus.
I can trust you for the pay-per-view, and then also just my
Incoming
normal
hostiles
sales channel.
detected.
However, take my money, Masvidal Pettis all day. I don't think that's next. I think Pettis is gonna get some like superstar fight. I'm not saying Masvidal's not a superstar. I'm just saying I think they might do that. They might.
Notorious underscore Ryan Brown. Standing in Alabama.
Detected.
In Alabama. I thought about it. Sometimes I can tell the guys who book all my tours, like, hey, make sure I get here. I've never said, hey, let's make sure we do Alabama. But I would be down. I didn't think Milwaukee would be a good crowd. They're great. So yeah, I'd go to Alabama.
Alright, Johnny Mock 17. Did you find it funny when Blades, after his dominant performance, called Willis Big Titties? Haha.
I did see that, but saying that he has big titties is hilarious. So yeah, I found that funny. Alright, so that's titties you gotta point out, dude. I think he's big pretty. So they call it big titty, big titty.
Alright, Fireball underscore Paul 81. What is your game balance prediction for the last?
How dare you? When did you drop the table, right?
Requesting backup.
Are you a Game of Thrones guy? You guys are too? And White Walkers, man. That fucking, when that dragon, hey, spoiler alert, fuck, that has been out over fucking 2 years now. When the dragon turns into a White Walker and freezes the ice wall, gave me chills. Gave me chills. Trouble, man. You know what? I'm not even gonna throw predictions out. I don't fucking know. I do not know. I know they got a real problem on their hands. I know that. I know Jon Snow's up Shit Creek. I know that. God, that's a good show, man. Fuck, that's a good show. I avoided it for so long. And then binge 7 seasons.
You made fun of dragons for a little while before you watched
I
it.
made fun of dragons for 4 years, and then I can't get enough of the dragons. When that dragon, he's dead, he's freezing water, then the White Walkers get him out, and then I open, and it's blue, you're like, oh shit, and then he's all just fucking burning down the ice wall. Jesus Christ. Shout out to Game
Supply room access unlocked.
Is that it? That's it. Alright, man. DC, back on the road. Big Dick Energy Tour, Big Dude Energy Tour, depending on who listens to this. Back on the road this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm in Washington, D.C. DC Improv. Saturday shows are sold out, so get tickets for Thursday and Friday. One show Thursday, two shows Friday. That's in the nation's capital, baby. And then Friday, 11 Pacific time, Comedy Central. This is not happening. My bit is airing. And then it's official, May 17th, my 1-hour comedy special on Showtime is a drop-in. I'll have more news as we get closer to that. I'll be releasing trailers and freaking bits, etc. on YouTube, so it's going to be a fun one, man. Shout out to Milwaukee. I love you guys. Shout out to freaking Derek Poston and Hassan Ahmad for coming out there with me and killing it. And then the other dates that we added, there's a bunch more dates coming, so brace yourselves. But Washington, D.C. is this weekend, and then I have some time off. I'll be doing spots here in L.A., but Phoenix is April 26th through the 27th. Stand Up Live, Phoenix. Those tickets just went on sale, and then we just added San Antonio the following month, and those are on sale right now. Get them at tfatk.com. Love you guys. Thank you for listening. See you around town. I'm in L.A. Tomorrow night. Comedy Store. I have 3 sets. 2 in the main room, 1 in the belly room. Come see me if you're around LA. Comedy Store. Love you guys. tfatk.com for tickets. Till next time. See you later.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Huh? I got some comedy dates coming up. The best place to view them is joerogan.net/tour. Most of the tickets are sold out for Buffalo on April 7th, and the same thing could be said for Portland on April 20th. The next big one I got after that is just outside of Dallas, Texas, Grand Prairie on May 12th. That is at the Verizon Wireless Theater, and I'm pretty fucking pumped for that. That's it that I've posted. Oh, and I just posted July 14th and 15th at Wise Guys in Salt Lake City. That's a very small place, small club, and that'll go quick. And July 7th at the Con Theater. The tickets are on sale for that as well in Vegas. joerogan.net/tour. All right. We are brought to you today by Rocket Mortgage from Quicken Loans. Ooh. When it comes to big decisions, like the big decision of choosing a mortgage lender, it's important to work with someone who you can trust, who has your best interests in mind. And with Rocket Mortgage, you'll get a transparent online process that gives you the confidence to make an informed decision. I don't know if they really, when they say they have your best interests in mind.
Free offer contingent on subscription. Pay shipping and handling. Cancel anytime. Message and data rates may apply.
When did it become okay for men to be lazier, softer, fatter? We need to bring the men of this country back to greatness. And it's easier than ever with Ageless Male Max, a patent-pending formula with an ingredient that helps boost your total testosterone, promoting greater increases in muscle size and twice the reduction of body fat percentage than exercise alone. Plus, an amazing 64% increase in nitric oxide, which can be handy in the gym and in the bedroom. Take your manhood to the max by trying your first 30-day bottle free when you text the word ABS to 797979. Finally, a formula that boosts total testosterone. If your results with Ageless Male Max are too intense, please decrease use. For your free bottle, text ABS to 797979. Text ABS to 797979.
Hostile control point detected.
And gentlemen, welcome to Area Hell Warnings MMA Show! Back in your life on this Monday, March 25th, 2019. Hello everyone, I'm Ariel Helwani. Welcome back to the program.
Looks like a division agent took his work home with him.
Weekend, I
Quite
sure
literally.
did, and you know,
He's
since the
left
last
plenty
time we
of follow-up
spoke,
on him.
a lot has
You came
happened
around,
in
make
the
sure you say
world
thanks.
of MMA. A couple things. TJ Dillashaw, he's no longer the UFC bantamweight champion.
luck
You may have
out
heard
there,
on
agent.
Wednesday he was suspended by the New York State Athletic Commission
Tech cache
for
detected.
testing positive for a banned substance. We don't know what the substance is. They called it an adverse analytical finding. I've never even heard that term before, but what we do know for sure is that he's out for a year. He's been fined $10,000, and according to the statement he put out, he has voluntarily relinquished his bantamweight title. As as of right now, UFC yet to comment on this, which I think is a little bit funny if I'm being honest. USADA put a statement out afterwards, but that happened on Wednesday. We also found out that Donald Cerrone isn't fighting Conor McGregor. He's fighting Ally Quinta in Ottawa. Main event May 4th. We found out that the main event for the May 18th card in Rochester is going to be RDA against Kevin Lee, who's moving up from 155. And speaking of moving up, Saturday in Nashville, Anthony Pettis moved up from 155 and knocked out Wonderboy Thompson. First time Wonderboy has ever been knocked out. And Pettis moves up, 5 seconds left in the second round. He bounces off the cage and nails him with a Superman hook. It was unbelievable. What a win for Anthony Pettis, who had lost 6 of 9 heading into that fight. Now all of a sudden, the world is his oyster at 170. Does he fight RDA again if RDA gets by Kevin Lee? Does he fight Santiago Ponzinibbio? Does he fight Masvidal? Does he fight Conor? Does he go down to 155 and fight the winner of Barbosa Gaethje? So many options for Showtime Pettis. So all that has happened and more. Today on the show, we've got a stacked lineup. Let's not waste any time and get to our first guest of the day, because I do believe he is standing by, and I'm looking forward to talking to this man. I want to get his thoughts, because speaking of the world being someone's oyster, the world is this man's oyster. First, let me run down the line. Look at that. We got the whole lineup right over there. Look at those faces. I mean, that is a who's who, my friends. I mean, just another Monday here on the show, but you could also call it staff. Royce White is a former #1 draft pick of the Houston Rockets, 16th pick overall, 2012 draft. He was a star at Iowa State, all in basketball, and announced recently that he is transitioning over to mixed martial arts. He has had some issues, some personal issues, some anxiety issues, never really panned out in the NBA. Only ended up playing 3 games total, played for the Kings, had a cup of coffee, went to the NBL in Canada, won an MVP award there, but has recently said that he is going to try his hand at mixed martial arts. You see him training right over there. We're going to talk to Royce White at 3:45, and I'm looking forward to that. At 3:30, we're going to talk to Jacare Souza, who you may have heard is going to meet Yoel Romero on April 27th in a rematch of a fight that happened back at UFC 194, a great fight, a 3-round fight. Now it's a 5-round fight. And I do believe, in the history of me doing this show, almost 10 years now, by the way, we've never had Jacare on. So I'm looking forward to talking to him. At 3:30, we're going to be joined by Uriah Faber. And he has a lot going on in his life. He just became a dad. The California kid is now the California dad. He has a lot of talk beforehand, and that was a great bounce-back win for Curtis Razor Blades. At 2:15, we'll talk to the aforementioned Anthony Pettis about his win over Wonderboy Saturday in Nashville. What a knockout that was. Wow. Back-to-back weeks, Jorge Masvidal with a vicious knockout of Darren Till, and then this Saturday, Anthony Pettis. I feel like this bodes well for watch Gaethje Barbosa just be like the dull affair to what we just saw the last 2 weeks. Crazy stuff. Anyway, we'll talk to Anthony Pettis at 2:15. At 2 o'clock, we'll talk to Luke Rockhold. Was announced last week. That's a great picture. I love that angle. What is that, like fishbowl or something? Anyway, that's great. Luke Rockhold is back. July 6th in Las Vegas. Jan Blachowicz will be welcoming him to the light heavyweight division. Why is he moving up? How's he feeling? How's his knee? All those things and more will be addressed with one Luke Rockhold. Speaking of knee issues, we'll talk to Derek Lewis, who's going under the knife tomorrow. He told me last week that he has been fighting for the past 4 years with a torn ACL, MCL, meniscus. That is absurd. We'll talk to the Black Beast at 1:40. 1:25, we'll talk to Marlon Moraes. Is he fighting for a belt next? What's going on with his contract? It feels like Marlon went from being the odd man out at 135 to now all of a sudden being a shoo-in for that vacant title fight. So we'll get his thoughts in around 20 minutes. But first, do we have our first guest? Let us say hello to a very relaxed messenger, Henry Cejudo, who I think is back from the NCAA Wrestling Championships. Look at him, just chilling. It's good to be the king, Henry. How are you?
Like you said, it's good to be the king, Aaron. Let me start off by saying...
Yes. Thank you, Henry. Where are you right now, Henry?
Oh, I'm happy. I'm relaxed. I just got done training.
Okay.
Life is good, Ariel.
Okay, so there's a lot to talk to you about, Henry. Since we last spoke, holy smokes, of course, we saw you January 19th. I mean, other than Chael and I feel like you single-handedly built the ESPN platform, the ESPN Plus platform, with your own 2 hands, because now all of a sudden it's killing it, and it was because of your main event. TJ Dillashaw, January 19th, Brooklyn, New York, you knock him out in 32 seconds. But of course, on Wednesday we found out TJ is no longer the champion. He has relinquished the title. Adverse analytical finding. New York State has suspended him for a year. He's been fined $10,000. You've had, what, 5 days now to digest this? How do you feel about this whole situation?
Guys, to be quite honest with you, it's, I really never thought of something like this happening to me. It's, the emotional aspect, it's almost like, dude, we shook hands, man. Like, I'm a competitor, man. I've been competing my whole life, and, you know, like, this is the first time this has ever happened to me, you know? It's just like, I don't have any malice in me. You know, I'm out there to compete. I'm out there to give it my best. And at the end of the day, you know what? Let the best man win. And I think with this whole TJ situation, man, it's almost like it made me sad, man. It made me sad the fact that and if it's all true, because I probably shouldn't even speculate either. But it's almost, you go through these roller coasters of like, you feel sad, and then you go from being sad to being mad. You're like, wait, what if you would have beaten me up, like, you know, like Brockman with Mark Hunt?
Right.
You know, and like sometimes these things kind of cross through your head because you just never know, man. This ain't baseball, man. And if it all comes out to be true, like I would never want to. I would never feel comfortable fighting somebody like that again. You know, I hope it was an accident. I hope it wasn't. I hope something happened. But if it's true, man, I truly feel bad for them, man. I really do.
Does it bother you?
And on top of that,
yep.
I would never fight him again. I don't care for what amount of money. I would never fight him again.
Does it bother you, Henry, that as of Monday afternoon we're speaking about this, we still don't know what it is? We don't know if it's a diuretic, a steroid. We don't know if it's a tainted supplement. We don't know anything about this. It seems a little funny, right?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why, you know, they relinquished the belt. Like he let the belt go, and like nobody does that. Nobody does that. So I just let you know how possibly severe the case could be.
Right.
You know, and it's just that now like the early stops, like everybody was talking about, they're almost like, damn, Henry did it. He was on something. You know, it brings a little light to my baby. It makes me think of other than that. I don't like I want to give the better for the doubt because I believe he's a good guy. I don't want to say there's no balance like that, but I'm curious to know.
When you fought him, you were preparing for him. Was there any part of you that thought something's funny here, something's off?
No, because I've always put my trust in USADA. I've been tested since USADA since probably I think 04, 05, around there. So I've been tested and all these people are killed because I've always been clean. I'm probably more tested by Daniel Cormier because I did a whole other cycle of wrestling, you know, and if he was a strike pusher, I wasn't testing. What I'm saying is that I put my trust in him because I've been tested so many times that you know, everything's taken care of. People maybe in the past, you know, pre-USADA, they're probably doing it. But I'm sorry, before USADA, but I think now it's you know, no way people would be dumb enough to be dirty.
Was the plan prior to this happening, was the plan for you to rematch him at 135 later this summer for that belt?
Yeah, that was a plan. That's what Dana wanted. That's what we wanted. That's what TJ wanted. Like everybody wanted to fight, you know. But you know, it's gonna be a pretty big payday. That's another big story, kind of. Right. TJ's a big name, man. But it's just he's again, if it all turns out to be true, tarnish his
target down.
Legacy for the rest of his career. A future Hall of Famer now could possibly be.
Looks like you earned yourself another bounty.
And that's why I was asking that question, because is there a part of you that I know you said that you feel sad because you would never do something like that, but now you have a fight that's just been taken away from you, right? Like you were getting ready for that fight to try to make history as the double champion, and now that's taken away from you.
Yeah, it's not so fast there.
Well, I was working up to that.
Not so fast.
What do you mean? Okay, what do you mean not so fast? What do you have to say, Henry?
No, it's looking like the UFC is gonna want to book a Cejudo Moraes fight. They're gonna want to set that fight up, and I like the fight. I believe Moraes is a tough competitor, but I think I have everything that it takes to put him out. And he's just going to be another legend that I'm going to take out. That's all there is to it, Ariel.
Is that going to be June 8th in Chicago?
Yes, I think that's the date that they're shooting out there. But nothing's really finalized. Like nothing's finalized on the date or whatnot. Not even the contracts have been signed.
Okay.
But they are they're thinking June 8th, Chicago, Chi-Town main event, and then adding some more people to that.
Okay, and so would it feel the same? Okay, that fight happens, you beat Marlon, you become double champion. In your estimation, would it feel the same as if you would have defeated TJ again? Is becoming champion enough, or do you feel like, because it's for a vacant title as opposed to actually beating the guy who held the belt.
No, but in reality, I will say this. Marlon Moraes is a lot more dangerous than TJ.
How so?
His biggest threat is his power. I mean, look at him.
Agent
He
in
knocked
need
out
of backup.
in the first round. He's got vicious power, and in MMA, that's scary. That's scary because it just takes one hit, one blow, and that's it. But so do I. And I'm showing it. I'm getting better, and I'm stronger, and I'm faster. But in reality, Marlon Moraes is number one contender. Other than TJ Dillashaw, I would put him number 2. And it's probably only because they haven't fought. But in my eyes, Marlon's a top guy, man.
Okay. Now, did Marlon... Go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm saying at that weight.
Right.
Other than me.
Of course. I mean, some might say, I think even your manager would say that you're the champion right now at 135 after what happened, like the unofficial champion.
Yeah, unofficial. I would say so too, actually, Ariel. But I don't have the belt, man. I don't. So for me, TJ, when he fought Cody Garbrandt, he weighed 144 pounds, 146 pounds. When he fought me the day of the fight, he was 149 pounds.
Wow.
I was fighting the same bantamweight. That's who I fought. I fought the bantamweight TJ, not the flyweight TJ. The bantamweight TJ. You guys heard me say never fought this good. I read his life. There's no excuses out there. Ladies and gentlemen, the current flyweight, bantamweight champion of the world, Henry Cejudo.
Yes. Did Marlon cross the line, Henry, when he cracked a joke about your ill-fated attempt to date Nikki Bella on Twitter? I mean, did that get a little too personal? What do you think?
Well, I think now's the time. I think now's the time to give Marlon Moraes a message.
Okay.
Because it did sting just a little bit. Because it did. But Marlon Moraes, I got a message for you. If you think you're gonna be the second hard at break this year, man, I hope you're ready, bro. I really do, man. I'm not afraid of you. I'm an Olympic champ. I defeated Demetrius Johnson. I defeated TJ Dillashaw. You think a World Series of Fighting former champ is going to scare me? I'm going to shut your lights out. And I'm going to shut them out. And I'm going to tell you something else, because I already have my next opponent in line. Your boy, your coach, Frank Yeager, I know he's going to be there. He can get some of Cejudo, too, because I will shut his lights out, too.
What? At 145?
45 or 35. They've always said Frank Yeager can make 135 pounds. I won't go. Why not, Ernie? Why not?
Wow, Henry's pissed. You're mad.
I'm on a legend rampage, everybody. I'm here to prove I want to be pound for pound. I want to be the best pound for pound fighter in the world. I'm already up there, one of the greatest combat athletes of all time, which I believe in. People like John Jones, people like Cody, that's the greatest of all time. As these guys are fighting, I've done it in 2 sports areas. Now I'm getting ready to just cement my legacy in the sport of promotion.
This is the part that I don't understand because Cena did this interview backstage on Saturday, and it was a little confusing the way it was worded, but it led me to believe because he said we're thinking of doing you versus Marlon, and that Formiga's going to fight Benavidez, and that the winner will fight you. Does that mean the flyweights are sticking around now after all? I'm confused.
That's what it is. The flyweights are sticking around. This is why I'm fighting the same world.
Wow.
It's the new world order and baby.
Yes, Henry. Preach. Wait, so is that official?
By the way, I noticed that post.
You like that, huh? I got it. $15. Walmart. Good deal.
Hey, by the way, Ariel, I'm still waiting for my trophy.
I know. Well, listen. I got corporate cake back there. What?
Before I answer any more questions of yours, Ariel,
Yes.
I can answer no more until I get my cringe judo dance.
Oh, God.
Because the cringe judo movement is taking over, and you've been called out about a week ago. You're supposed to do it in 24 hours, so I'm here to call you out now.
I had a feeling this was coming. Where did this come from? Why are you celebrating the cringe?
Because people tell me, oh my God, he's cringy. I think that's so funny. But now you know what?
Yeah.
I'm taking it. I'm accepting it.
Okay.
So I want people to cringe, and today they're gonna cringe on you. And I don't know what song you got, but
wait, I could do it with my belt right over here, right?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Because you got your own belt.
All right. Oh, okay.
Oh, there it is. Yes. The problem is, like, now that I'm corporate, you can't just play music, so I think I have to like hum a song. Okay, is that all right?
Go ahead, Eric. Give it to me.
Is this this cringy enough for you, Henry? Oh, I'm getting fired for this, Henry. You know that, right? Do you need me to stand up too? Okay, is that good enough?
Thank you for that, Ariel. That was cringy enough.
My man, Henry.
You can stop now, Ariel. It's cringy.
The flyweight savior is coming for 135, and he's going to grace the people of Chicago with his presence.
Ariel is crazy, man.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you for letting me do that. I appreciate it. Well, there you have it, Henry. So, have you been told? Put my belt back over there. Have you been told that it is official that the flyweights are sticking around now?
I mean, I haven't been told officially, but it looks like, yeah, they're keep the flyweights around. Like they really are, man. So I'm happy to hear that, man. I'm happy because I wasn't planning on taking this fight at 35. If that was one of the things that they were going to do, is get rid of my division. So
Holy smokes.
So that's that.
Target is near you, Agent.
Kind of the game plan there.
So if TJ didn't pop, maybe the flyweights don't get saved. Like, do you feel like this somehow changed their stance on it all? Because you've seen what they've been doing. They've been weeding out these guys.
Yeah, and the thing is, it probably even helped the cause. I'm curious, man. Sometimes you don't know what the UFC's thinking, Ariel. But I will say this, man. It does help the division because you know why? It keeps bringing attention to it.
Yeah.
See, the flyweight division has never been like this. Like there's drama, man. There's people calling me out. It's good stuff.
So you will never entertain the idea of fighting TJ again?
No. I guess everything does have a price, but
right.
I doubt it, man. You know what? I'm gonna cement it now, man. I would never do it. I would never fight TJ Dillashaw again if everything turns out to be what I think it is. Because that's just not cool, man. That's just not fair. I shake your hand, man. I was, just a pure competitor, man. Selling the fight, and you're gonna pull something like that, and that's just that's a lot of malice, man. And that rubs me wrong, Ariel. That rubs me wrong. And nobody, whoever, if it's ever happened to you guys or whatever, you would know. But if it hasn't, you guys have no idea, man. It's a sickening feeling.
Henry, as you know, everyone watches the show on Mondays. I've just received a text message from Aljamain Sterling, who's all fired up these days. Can I read you what he just wrote me?
No.
All right, well then.
Tell Aljamain Sterling to subscribe to my technique of the week.
Oh.
Now to wait in line.
Okay, fair enough. Well, there you have it. I'm not going to read it. Where can people subscribe to that, by the way?
Just on my Instagram.
Okay. By the way, Henry, you went back to the NCAA Wrestling Championships this past weekend. Did you feel the love from the people? I mean, here you come back for the first time as not only the flyweight champ, but the guy who just beat TJ as well. Your life has changed since last year's tournament. Did you feel the love from the people, from the community, your people?
Oh, yeah, man, yeah. Like, it should be special. It's special for someone like John Smith or Kendall Cross or some of these Olympic champs or even some of the NCAA champs. The way they didn't come up to me before they see me, congratulate me. Everybody does it more now. I'm satisfied. Like, my life is, we don't think about it. My life is great. Like, it really is. It truly is. And you know what? That is something to sports, but it's also still being written, which is awesome. And I continue to keep promoting the sport that's been all over the place. Yeah, it's not. Find that thing first. Wrestling to keep that. Find that thing to add on to the wrestling. That's the way it is, you know.
And Henry, just to be clear, do you know all that we know? In other words, has anyone from the UFC called you and you just can't share more information on the TJ situation, or do you know exactly what the public knows as well?
No, I know exactly what the public knows. I don't know anything about it. I just know the beat. I can't keep secrets, Ariel.
I find that weird that you don't know more than we do. Like, you were in this fight. You deserve to know. They clearly know, right? They know what happened.
Yeah, and you're looking at kind of like me too. The UFC. I got a phone call from the USADA, and I didn't talk to the UFC especially.
Wow.
So I'm kind of like, well, I mean, I think everybody sees the fact that I beat him in 32 seconds, but they don't see the fact that, hey, man, this is the problem. Like, someone ends up dying in the octagon one of these days, but like our sports people, they're bad for good. You're gonna take that one shot, you know. So anyway, so you saw it call me, and they informed me, and they know. And I remember Marianne Jones got caught. She got busted. But I remember as a kid I would watch her, and she was like a huge inspiration for me. Marianne Jones was to me, and back in 2000 when she won, so many gold medals. Like to me, it was like, man, like she's living her dream. And 8 years later, she finally gets caught and busted. Man, I was like, God, like just a sick feeling. It's like, man, everything that even Marianne did was kind of like she's a good person, man, but she made a terrible mistake. And a lot of all that, she stole glory, man, from a bunch of those athletes, from the silver medalists, and people don't see it that way, Ariel. They don't, but think about it. Think about how vicious, like, you steal the glory, like everything under the sun happens when you do something like that, when you make a decision like that, and that's just nasty, man. That's just. I'm actually still not kind of over it. Or, like I said, man, I'm still kind of emotional. Man, I hope it ain't nothing crazy, man. But this is the last interview that I even want to do about it because it just bugs me.
And finally, to be clear, your hope is to fight June 8th. Your hope is to fight Marlon. You think he's tougher than TJ. And then, if all goes to plan, you will eventually move down again to 125 and fight the winner of Benavidez Formiga. That is still your plan.
Man,
just defend both belts.
Yeah, it all depends. I would like to do something maybe even similar to what Daniel Cormier did, but to reach it so, man, like first things first, like Marlon, you're on my chopping block. I want your head on a spike, and I'm gonna do that if it's in June 8th or whatever the date is. And then we'll just take it from there, because I don't want to start promising things and then people coming at me, man. Because there's options for the Cejudo weight division.
Yes. All right. Well, Henry, I appreciate it. I hope it all works out. Thank you for coming on and talking about this, and thanks for ruining my career, making me do that dance.
I love it. You better post that too. But I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
Mario, you have to call 3 people out now.
Oh.
Okay. Look how jacked up my fingers are. Look.
Yeah, jeez Louise.
Like they're all...
Like a witch. Can I call out Nikki Bella, or would that be rude? Will she just ignore me like she ignored you? What happened there, Henry? What went wrong? It was going so well.
No. I didn't told you. I'm breaking 2 hearts this year, and Marlon's one of them.
Oh, who's the other?
That's all I gotta say, Ariel. My private life. Okay. I'm gonna start taking TMZ out of my house, man. They keep videotaping me. I'm getting sick of it.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Henry. All the best.
All right, Ariel. We'll see, man. You guys have a blessed day.
Bye-bye. There he is, Henry Cejudo, flyweight champion, soon to be fighting for the bantamweight championship of the world. Not against TJ Dillashaw, but against, I think, we hope, our next guest. Joining us from New Jersey is the one and only Marlon Moraes. In my opinion, the #1 contender, the man who went from being the odd man out to now being a shoo-in, in my opinion, for that vacant title fight. He joins us now via the magic of Skype. Marlon, how are you?
I'm fine, my friend. How's everything? Good talk with you.
Yes, as always. Are you fine after listening to Henry?
Not never fine, This guy's fake, man.
You don't like this guy?
Man, to be honest with you, I don't like this guy. This guy's fake. He talked too much. I tried to advise Ali, but I don't know why. Everybody thinks he's a good guy, but he's not a good guy. I'm gonna shut his mouth, and I'm gonna prove to everyone this guy is wrong, And he acts like he's such a savior, like the division. And if he's the savior, why he's coming up, trying to challenge for the 35 belt? He should shut up, stay down, and fight the contenders. But now he's coming up. He's coming up for what? For the 25ers? Of course not. He's coming up because he thinks about himself. That's it.
Wow, so he's selfish.
Of course, man. I don't need to say you are a smart guy. Why is he coming up? He wants 2 belts, but he's not gonna have this belt. He's not.
So he told us moments ago that the plan is for him to fight June 8th in Chicago against you, but nothing is signed. But that's what he's been told. Have you been told the same?
Man, I don't know very well, but one thing I know for sure. If he's thinking about fighting me, he's definitely.
So it's a mistake. He should probably stick with 125. If it was your call for him, your advice to him, stay with the flyweights.
Yeah, man, I have a very good relationship with Ali,
Yes.
He thinks he has to, but Ali only knows him for 6 months. I know Ali for 8 years. So he should try to take the advice people give to him, but he's not. He's aiming to come up and try to take what's mine, But my friend, that's not funny for me. This is not a game. Don't try ever contact me or talk with me. I'm not talking with you. You're trying to take food from my family. You try to take my dream. I'm gonna fuck you up, man. I'm aiming to put my hand inside your head. I'm aiming to put you to to sleep, you know. And you see my fights, and it's not funny. I'm not gonna be a friend. Don't text me. Don't say nothing. I'm gonna go in there, and I'm aiming to put you to sleep. I'm not joking.
Wow, so has he tried to reach out to you privately? Is that what you're referring to?
To be honest, Ariel, he wants to break this, you know? He wants to break this atmosphere. He's a great competitor, but my friend, this is fighting. When you fight somebody, you want to hurt him. And this is what's gonna happen. If it's June 8th, it's June 8th. I saw he was just talking with you. He was talking about, oh, I don't know what's my plan, but my friend, you're gonna be out for a couple months. I'm not gonna go there to outscore you, to outpoint you. I'm going there to hurt you. And you know, I'm gonna hurt you.
Wow, so I have never seen, I've talked to you a lot over the years, Marlon. I've never seen you this fired up before. You seem more fired up than usual. How come?
Man, that's my dream, you know, and the time comes now. Everything's serious. I'm taking this really serious. If it's June 8th, we are 3 months away, like 12 weeks, and this is my life, you know. This is all work for. I'm a step closer, and it's about to go down, you know, and somebody's gonna go down, and that's definitely not me.
So I remember the last time we spoke to you, Marlon, you told me that you had one fight left on your contract. So what's the latest with that?
Man, I wanna hurt this guy, man, you know, and don't even talk about contract.
Okay.
If his name is on the line, I'm gonna fight, and I'm gonna hurt this guy, man.
The only reason I ask is because historically, they're not going to let someone fight in a title fight if there's one fight left, because then you can win the belt and walk away with it, right? So I would imagine they're going to try to give you a new deal before that title fight.
I'm not walking away, man. I want to beat this guy, and I'm going to be so happy when I put my hands on him that if they won, I'll fight him every 2 months. And how's Ernest Cerudo's going to beat me? How's he going to do? He's going to take me down. I'm going to get up. I'm going to beat him. And how is it going to be? Is he going to submit me? Is he going to throw? Bro, he's like amateur striking. He can't strike, man. It's funny. He said, oh, I'm a dangerous guy. Okay. Then the last fight, 2 finishes. Okay, I'm scared.
and so nothing that he does, like beating DJ, knocking out TJ in 32 seconds, this doesn't impress you?
Man, Demetrius Johnson is a great fighter, you know,
right.
But the way Cejudo fought him, he used his size, you know, and it was a very close fight. I gotta tell you that I wasn't expecting him to do that good. After the first fight, he got hit by a punch, a knee, and I think he quit. And then he comes out and he knocks out TJ. That I was surprised, man. TJ is a good fighter, you know. You can say what he did was because something he took. The guy's a great fighter. You just don't take something and gonna make you go on the cage and do the things TJ does. You know, he's a good fighter, you know. I have a lot of respect for him, you know. I don't care what he did. People keep using excuses that, oh, guys do this, do that, and they show up on and they beat people. It's not like that, you know. You gotta train and you gotta have the skills, and he does. He does have the skills.
Oh wow! So I'm I guess somewhat surprised to hear you say that. So you have not changed your opinion on him, lost respect for him, changed your stance on him at all after hearing the news about TJ last week?
Oh man, you take something and teach you how to wrestling, how to striking. It's not like that, you know. People likes to kick people when people are down, you know. And he's not my friend. He's not my teammate. He was a former champion, and I want to fight him. You know, I want to be on the cage with the guy. He's one of the greatest all the time. And what I'm gonna say, like people say, oh, he took PEDs and make him be a champion. Well, of course not, man. A lot of people take PEDs and they don't even get to the UFC.
Right. Okay. Would you rather there just be no drug testing? Was it just kind of silly at this point? So
I really don't care, man. To be honest with you, I don't think anything you take helps you. I just don't agree with that.
Wow, that's fascinating. I haven't heard a lot of people say that. You don't think that it gives you an edge, like that if someone's taking that, helping them be faster or recover better or be stronger? Nothing like that.
Nah, man, I don't care. I don't care about that. I just don't do, you know. But if you want to do, one day you're gonna have to pay, you know. I'm fine.
Does it bother you that he's no longer the champion? Like, I know you said you wanted to fight him. He was the champion. Does it mean anything different to you now that, let's say you are fighting for the vacant title, that it's not against the guy who's been holding the belt for the past, almost 2 years?
Yeah, man. And now I'm gonna probably fight this little guy, you know, this selfish guy.
Yeah.
And he's gonna come up and try his best. And that's all the guys on the picture too. And he's coming up. He wants to. He's gonna have it.
Yeah, because do you feel like let's say you do what you've been doing in your last few fights to Marlon, to Henry. Do you feel like you won't get the credit that you deserve because Henry is a natural 125er? So people say, oh, he was smaller than you, etc.
Especially after what I'm gonna do to him. Oh man, definitely. People gonna say, man, this is not fair. What's he doing to this guy? You know, especially man.
As you may have seen, Aljamain Sterling very vocal over the past few days about wanting this fight, wanting this rematch against you. What is your message to Aljamain?
To be honest, man, I'm gonna see him in person one day. I'm gonna talk to him, you know. He's desperate, you know. He wants to fight. I respect, but you just don't go out and talk whatever you want, you know. And we fought. Everybody saw what happened. In 90 seconds, I dropped him twice. And he keeps saying it was a lucky kick, but man, I never felt like that, you know. Did you ever kill somebody, man? That's how I felt, you know. I felt like I killed someone for a couple minutes, you know. The TV don't even show much. And he's a good fighter, you know, but let's see when I see him what's he gonna say to me.
Okay, you think he took it too far?
Man, I don't like to, this is not my kind of people, you know me, you know. Yeah. I don't want to talk about nobody. But I want to see him, you know. I want to feel his eyes. And I see him a couple of times, and he doesn't act that tough when I see him.
Oh, okay. What about Pedro Munoz? He seems...
Pedro's on a picture, man. Tough guy, you know. But Pedro is gonna have his shot. He's a tough guy, you know. If not now, soon. I'm gonna beat this guy, and the UFC know. I'm not gonna be the champion that's gonna go there, take a couple months, do surgery, walk around with a belt on my shoulder like a couple guys do, go every show, travel this, travel that, keep begging the UFC, please take me to this show, I want to be there. Man, I'm not about that. I'm about going there, make the money, come back, hug my wife, kiss my kids, and that's it, man, that's me.
I love it. Now, I feel like Pedro should fight Aljamain next. What do you think of that? As like a #1 contender fight.
I think it's a good matchup, you know. Pedro's a tough guy. Sterling is a good fighter as well. Let's see what happens.
Okay, and so where do they, like, have you actually been offered June 8th?
No, I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting. I'm just eating things like you are, and hopefully they make this fight, man. And I don't think they should come up. I think they should do real bantamweights, but man, this guy deserves. Dana White, please send this guy to me. I can't wait to beat his.
Okay, and so it's not done. Would that date even work for you?
Man, next weekend. Okay. Whenever I see this guy, they better have security because I don't want to see him and just talk. I want to put my hands on him, you know. I want to express everything I'm feeling right now.
Have you ever met him in person? Have you ever talked to Henry in person?
Man, I seen him in Brazil. I went to congratulate him for what he done. Me and my team, we always have very good relationship. All Ali clients, we treat them very nice. But this guy's such I feel like he's such a big thing, you know? He feels, but that WWE girl put him on this spot and I'm coming, man, I'm coming. The 25ers, relax. I'm sending him back. The division's sticking around. This time, I'm a real man. I'm fighting for you guys. I'm gonna kick him back. He's gonna have to fight you guys, but they better do an interim belt because it's gonna take a while for him to recover from the beat I'm gonna put him in.
Wow. This is something else. I've never seen this side of Henry. I love it. This is great stuff. Now, by the way, you mentioned this a couple times. Is it weird that Ali manages both of you guys, or is that not a problem?
I don't care, man. I don't care. I'm very friendly with Ali. He knows that. We have good relationship, and he respects my dreams. He respects Henry's dreams, and you know, I don't care. If it's good for him, it's good for me. You know, I'm always cheering for him, but not this time, man. This time.
Yeah, relax, babe.
I don't know if you heard this, but Henry said in the interview that his plan is to fight you and then to take out Frankie Edgar, your mentor. He wants both of you guys.
That's a joke, you know? He's trying to break the atmosphere. That's not atmosphere. This is serious, real serious business. That's the fighting business, my friend. People getting hurt, stitches, blood, you know? That's the real thing, you know? Get the ice bucket ready for you after our fight.
I don't know if you know this, Marlon, but Aljamain Sterling is listening to our interview right now, and he sent me a text. Is it okay if I read it to you, or would you rather not?
Man, you know, I don't care. You can say whatever you want, you know. That's okay. He's not even in a picture, you know. I think the picture, more clear to me should be me and Munoz, but I feel like the UFC wants to give Henry what he's asking for.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it certainly makes sense, and it's kind of interesting. Like I said last week, I felt like you went from being the odd man out, like they were going to do Henry versus TJ, to now, and you should have been the #1 contender from the beginning. Like I didn't think that the immediate rematch made that much sense. And now all of a sudden it feels like everyone's gunning for you in a weird way. Like it feels like you're the de facto champion now that TJ is out in a weird way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm not. You know, I'm the contender. I'm the #1 contender. I'm on a position very good right now. But I want to be the champion, and like I said before, I'm aiming to do anything to get the belt. And I'm going out there to do what I always do. I'm going there to hurt Henry Cejudo.
Yeah. Wow. I can't wait for that. What a scene that will be. June 8th, Chicago, if it all goes down. Do you think it will happen on that date? Do you feel confident?
I don't know. Whatever they want, man. They know my number, and I never say no, and especially now, man.
Yeah, does it bother you when he says, "Oh, World Series of Fighting champion," all this stuff? Like he sort of like looks down on it. Does that bother you?
He shouldn't be thinking about that, you know? He's Olympic champion. It's gonna make him look bad, lose to a World Series of Fighting champion. He should just forget about that and talk about the UFC. He's going back, you know? He's talking about World Series of Fighting. It's gonna be even worse for him when he's gonna have on his record he lost to a World Series of Fighting champion, you know?
Yeah,
just think about the UFC. Just say UFC. Forget about that part. It's gonna make you look even worse.
Right. That's the problem with putting down your opponent, because if you do lose to your opponent, then it ends up reflecting poorly on you. You know what I mean? Like with Gaethje too, a lot of people say, "Oh, World Series of Fighting," and then you lose to him. Like Michael Johnson said that, and then like, what does that, you know, like what does that make you then if you lose to the guy that you were saying is a C League or D League fighter?
Yeah, I'm very proud, man. I had so much fun. I had so much friends, and I love to be called the World Series of Fighting champion. And he just did me a favor, you know, and a favor to the World Series people too, you know. They were sharing for me, and now they are even more.
By the way, before I let you go, I noticed recently you went back home to Brazil, and you were doing a lot of media and stuff there, and I think you were with kids as well. What were you doing there?
Man, I have the pleasure to go to the school I went to, and when I was young, and they had some pictures of me, you know, and I speak a little bit to the kids from my neighborhood, and I heard a lot of bad stories, you know, a lot of bad things these kids go through, you know, and I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to be here, and I'm blessed to fight for them, and man, I can tell them one thing. I'm gonna bring this belt to them soon.
What kind of stories? What kind of bad stories?
Man, it's some things that we can even imagine that happen there, you know, like real bad, and some kids that they don't have food, you know, no parents, father and mother in the jail.
Wow.
And the teachers have to help them out, give them food, and I was able to help them a little bit, and I'm gonna keep fighting for them. And I'm gonna give them something soon.
Wow.
They're gonna have a champion coming from that school, and they're gonna be even happier.
Did you feel like people were receiving you a little differently? Now, you know, like you were coming off a big win, you're doing very well in the UFC. Were you recognized a lot more? Were you getting a lot more love since coming back?
Yeah, man, but you know, the same people that send you a message, hug you, tell you congratulations, that's the same people gonna kick you when you're down. I know who my friends are, and I know where to find them. And I want to have these people with me when I know they want to be with me when I lose, not when I win.
Right.
And that's it, man. My friends are with me. It's hard to find friends. I have them with me already.
And when was the last time prior to that you've been back home?
I think I went there a year ago, but long time I haven't been in the school I went to when I was a kid, you know, in the favela. And,
wow.
And it was crazy, you know, like.
They invited you back? They reached out to you?
No, I reach out to them because I want to go there and help them a little bit, see how they are. And it was amazing, man. It was the best experience in my life. I took my son and my wife to see where I went to school when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, you know. And my son saw the class that I went. And I think I can't even explain to you how it was.
Yeah, I bet, because he's used to a different lifestyle here in America, right? And it must
yeah,
have been
man.
shocking for him.
Yeah, my son, he's blessed, you know, he has everything, but it's important for him to see how hard things are, you know, and he saw.
Did it make you emotional going back?
Man, I couldn't even talk, you know, I was very emotional.
Wow, that's amazing. And did any of the kids or the teachers, did they recognize you?
Ooh, shit.
There's three teachers, they still there since when I went there, like
wow.
20 years ago, and one of them showed me a picture. And they gave me a couple pictures that when I was there, and crazy. I have the pictures now.
Wow.
I had more hair. I had a little bit more hair.
Yeah.
And
That's
fun.
amazing. And you just decided to do this on your own?
Yeah, on my own, man.
And where is this in Brazil?
Yes, in Rio, in Nova Friburgo. It's a small town. My neighborhood, Cordoeira. It's a small, like a favela, you guys call, but small.
Okay.
But very, very, very poor.
Friendly supply conflict in proximity.
Yeah.
Wow.
Their dreams for the guys and the girls. For the girls' dream is date a guy that's on the crime, and for the kids, their dream is be on the crime. And
oh God.
I was just talking to them. We are here, but we can do everything different, you know?
Right.
Doesn't matter where you're from. What matters is where you want to be and what you want to be, you know?
So going there right before probably your first UFC title fight, I would imagine that has maybe reinvigorated you, given you extra motivation, just sort of reminding you where you came from and where you are now, right? I mean, that must be a very humbling, but also, in a way, something that makes you very proud, right? Because you've survived, you've overcome all those trials and tribulations.
Yeah, man, made me believe that anything is possible, you know? It's just a matter of one, you know? If you want something, you work hard, you get there. I got what I want, you know? I'm on the line. I'm the next for the bantamweight belts, and I'm going to be a champion soon.
Marlon, I appreciate this very much. Thank you so much for coming on. I hope you get that fight. I hope you fight on June 8th against Henry. You get a chance to fight for the title. It doesn't matter if it's vacant, against TJ, against anyone. You should have been the guy after your last performance, after your last win. You should have been in there. No questions asked. It's weird how the whole thing worked out, but I'm happy that it looks, at least for now, that it's going to happen for you. So good luck in training. Good luck in the fight. And thank you, as always, for coming on the show and talking to us.
Thank you, man. And it was funny to see Henry screaming, you know. And I feel great, man. Keep enjoying, and that's gonna be amazing 12 weeks if we fight in June 8th. But after the fight, you're not gonna feel that good, my friend.
Have you ever felt this way about an opponent before?
Man, I always feel, but I just don't say.
Right.
My opponents, they want to take what I want, you know. I have kids, I fight for my kids, I fight for my family. This is not a game for me. This is real life. Like I tell my coaches, my friends, I'm not going there to outscore you, outpoint you. I want to hurt you. I want to hurt your legs, your body, your face. And this is the main thing I think when I'm in there with you. This is how I'm going to walk through this fight again.
Tremendous stuff, Marlon. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ariel. Have a good day, my friend.
Same to you. There he is. Wow, the magic man, Marlon Moraes. I've been talking to Marlon Moraes for a long time. A very long time, since he was World Series of Fighting champion. Maybe even since before he was World Series of Fighting champion. I've never heard him that focused, that fired up. I mean, he's typically a no-nonsense kind of guy, but not typically that focused. At least for me, like that fired up, this far out from a fight. So you heard it from Henry, you heard it from Marlon. June 8th, as far as what I'm hearing right this moment, is the plan. That's the card, by the way, in Chicago, UFC, I don't know. I'm starting to lose track. I'm getting old now. Well, 235 just happened. 236 is in Atlanta. 237, so 238. And already on that card is Valentina Shevchenko against Jessica Ai for the flyweight title, and so we'll see if they're able to add another title fight to that card, because I heard that was always the plan. 237 is Rose Namajunas against Jessica Andrade, and there was some talk that maybe they would add another title fight to that card, but now they announced last week that they're not going to add another title fight to that card. That it's just going to be Rose Namajunas against Jessica Andrade, Jose Aldo against Alexander Volkanovski, and Anderson Silva against Jared Cannonier. You may have seen a report from Combate last week that Jose Aldo was battling some kind of internal infection, and that he had to be hospitalized for a few days, and they reported that all as well. I did speak briefly to his head coach, Andre Pederneiras, over at Novo União, who told me that that was in fact true, as we suspected, but that he is doing better, and that as of Friday, when I spoke to him, the fight was still on. And you'll recall a couple weeks ago, Alexander Volkanovski told us that his best mate was getting married on May 11th, and they changed the date of the wedding so that he could attend the wedding, but also take that fight against Jose Aldo. So I would imagine it would be devastating to Volkanovski if they cancel that fight or give him another opponent, but it sounds like, at least for now, a bullet has been dodged and the fight is still on. So that's the scene there. I feel like I teased it twice.
Agent,
so
we tried extracting a shade
should
cash from the
the
national
Aljamain
mall,
text
but our
because
drone was taken
he
out.
has been texted. Thank you,
We could
Aljo,
really use
for
that
all
gear.
the texts. He said this initially. Hey Ariel, tell Henry I just want to punch his cute little Sudoku face. Maybe not for our next fight since he's fighting for the belt now, but one day we will figure out who the better competitor is. Love, comma, the backpack. Even had a backpack emoji in there. I didn't know they do that. And then I think in response to Marlon's comments, he said, I didn't know asking for a fight was acting tough. I wanted a rematch, and he said himself it wasn't what he meant to do with a body kick. I will see him, and it will be no different. He's a cool guy, but facts are facts. I appreciate Aljo weighing in. Very much like his former roommate, Ali Quinta, likes to do. By the way, you've heard us talk about wrestling a few times on the program already. If you are a fan of professional wrestling, be sure to check out new episodes of Cheap Heat with your friend and mine, Peter Rosenberg. Every week, you can find it on the ESPN app, one of the very best pods for all things pro wrestling. So, in a matter of moments, we're going to be joined by, I do believe, Luke Rockhold. We were supposed to be joined by Derek Lewis now, but he had to reschedule. There's all kinds of things going on behind the scenes, but we have a very capable team running the show back there. And so, I'm not worried. I will just wait for them to tell me where to go next. Stats from Henry Cejudo. Well, I have you because a great member of the team, Andrew Davis, puts together these amazing stats for us, courtesy of the ESPN Stats and Information Group. Henry on a 4-fight winning streak, tied for longest active winning streak at flyweight with Jussier Formiga, who looked good on Saturday. His 32-second knockout of TJ Dillashaw's tied for 5th fastest knockout ever in a UFC title fight. The last 4 winners of UFC champion versus champion fights have all been won by the champion from the lower weight class. And also, his significant strike defense is 64.1%. That's the 3rd highest among active flyweights as far as Marlon is concerned.
The hyenas must have taken it.
He's on a 4-fight winning streak, which is tied for the longest active winning streak at bantamweight with TJ Dillashaw and Peter Yan. His win versus Rafael Sansa was Marlon's first via submission since August of 2015 against Shayman Rice, who's fighting this weekend in Philadelphia in a World Series of Fighting title fight. He outlanded all of his UFC opponents, 5 total, plus 22 differential, and in total 113 to 91, and he is one of 3 UFC bantamweights to have 3 first-round wins in their first 5 UFC fights. The other 2, Eric Perez and Mitch Gagnon. Worth noting, Cody Garbrandt had one in a catchweight bout that was supposed to be a bantamweight fight, so if you want, you can include him. So that's the story on Marlon. That's the story on Henry Cejudo. Let's turn our attention because, like I said, in a matter of moments, we're going to talk to Luke Rockhold. Announced last week he's moving up to 205 and he's fighting Jan Blachowicz. Let's talk to Luke, who is standing by, I do believe, from sunny South Florida. Luke, how are you?
I'm doing well, Ariel. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for jumping in early here. I appreciate it. It's good to talk to you. Where are you now? It looks beautiful there. Holy moly.
I'm in my spot over here in South Florida that I'm taking hold of.
Okay.
For training camps.
So let me ask you, first things first, you had knee surgery recently. Tell us what happened there and how you're feeling.
I had a meniscus problem back in the day. I had probably my only other real surgery besides obviously the shin ordeal I went through. So a little trim on my meniscus, and it had flipped and somewhere along the lines, and it was part of the reason I pulled out of that Chris Weidman fight. It was creating some instabilities, and it was catching. And I tried to let it heal itself, but it wouldn't do that. So we just trimmed it up, cleaned it up, and so we wouldn't have a problem as we got deeper in the training camp.
Careful, Agent. There's a clan of hyenas
how's it
up
feeling
ahead.
now?
Feels good. It's been 2 weeks now. It's still a little stiff, but it's on track. Even ahead of schedule, I would say. So I'm happy to be. I was thinking June, but July is get everything right.
Okay, so you are fighting Jan Blachowicz in July, right? July 6th, International Fight Week.
This is to be a long ways away. Let's make sure everything works that way.
Okay, why are you moving up to 205? Ultimately, why did you make that decision?
Because 5 is killing me. Like I said before, I've never felt so drained before a fight. It's harder and harder to make a weight, and I felt like absolute hell going into the last fight. I didn't recover, didn't get my strength back, and I've wanted to make a move for a long time, and now obviously I see it out of the way, and it makes it a clear choice for myself. I want to move up. I want to feel like weight or strength. This is an issue for you guys, and so I'm
just saw Pettis move up on Saturday, so I think the days of extreme weight cutting should come to an end. Now, let me ask you about Corey Anderson, because we had him on the show last week, and he told us that he was offered a fight against you, and he didn't think the fight made sense. It's a step backwards for him. You're not ranked.
It's a step backwards.
Yeah, what do you make of what Corey had to say? Did you hear any of his comments?
I'm gonna step backwards. I'm just scared to fight. What's the truth? What's the truth, guys? Come on, Ali. Come on, Corey. Come on, guys. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know where he has the grounds to think that he deserves what he deserves. You know, I'm number 2 middleweight in the world, former UFC and Strikeforce champion. What has Corey done? So, I mean, I think he should jump in an opportunity, but I don't know what he thinks he really deserves because he's won a couple fights. So be it. I have really nothing against him, but you know, it was a fight the UFC wanted, a fight I liked, but you know, whatever, we'll move forward. I got another guy that's ranked ahead of him, and I want to put myself in position. So this is what it is. This is what we would take the fight at the time, and that's what we're gonna do.
So just to be clear, you were offered Corey, right? And you were down for that fight. He was the one who said no.
Yeah, I think like 5 times he said no.
5 times, really? They kept coming back to him. Wow.
I don't know, quite a few times. There was multiple asks, I'd say, on my part. So, so be it.
Do you like the Jan fight better than the Corey fight, or vice versa, or are you indifferent?
I like the Corey fight because he's like a poor man's John Jones.
Okay.
So it's a good warm up for John.
There's nothing we can do for him now. Keep moving, Agent.
What it is. So I'm gonna have to go out there and perform, do my thing.
I feel, speaking of John, I feel like you're 1, maybe 2 wins away from being in that discussion to fight him because you're a former champion. You've got the connection to AK, of course, DC. Do you get the same impression? Have they laid out a plan for you?
I mean, look at what's out there. You got guys like Thiago Santos is probably a title shot. There's not a lot of guys out there. That's what I plan on doing. I'm getting bigger, getting stronger.
What have you made of his last 2 performances?
John Jones, boss. John Jones. Last performance was, I don't know what he was doing. I was there. With a lot of distractions, that's the sponsor. Hard to pay attention to. So, I don't know why. I don't know what playing around with Anthony. That was a very strange fight. I feel like he could have done more. It's weird. Very strange outing from both guys. You know, I think Anthony was just trying to exist. I think he was mesmerized, and John was just playing around or playing it really safe. So I don't know.
Do you think
I would have finished?
Do you think
I would have finished Anthony Smith? I'll tell you that.
Right. So do you feel like his performances? I think there's a narrative lately that he's not as dominant as he once was. Do you subscribe to that?
You know, I think different performances bring it out. I think he plays a little safer these days. You never know. We'll see, Johnny. He's got, Santos will be a good test. Santos is looking pretty good these days. He's been sloppy in the past, but his last performances were fairly okay. So we'll see how that all matches up.
If you were Anthony, would you have taken the DQ?
I'm not Anthony. I wouldn't have taken the DQ.
I would have taken it.
I would have just won the fight.
Good
That's the difference between me and you, Ariel.
Yes, that's a great response. Well said. Will you be training for this fight exclusively in South Florida, or are you going to spend time back in San Jose as well?
I might go back for a second. I don't think so though right now. No. Like I said, there's not a lot of guys there in the gym consistently. AKA, as much as I love the place. So it's just DC's always doing his own thing. He's always out. There's not a lot of big bodies for me to work with, and there's always something consistent here. So that's why I'm not this up though much newer right now.
Okay.
It's comfy here, as you can see.
Yes.
Not bad.
It's beautiful. What about the shin? How's it feeling? Because I've seen some photos of this shin. It's absolutely gruesome. Is it fully healed? Or are there any worries it's going to reopen?
There's always a worry. It's in a bad spot. Obviously, it's right on the blade of my shin where contact would be. Here you go. I was wondering where you were going to drop these, Ariel.
I was waiting for the right time.
Exclusive, exclusive.
Look at that thing. I mean, that's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Luke, that's your shin.
Where's the bad one? You gonna put the bad one on?
I don't know. They might have been a bit skittish. This is all we're allowed to show.
I don't think people are ready for the bad one.
That's not the word.
There's a lot of underlying issues, actually, as you can see.
Yes.
So it is still healing. You know, it's crazy like how it sealed itself many months ago, but it's still healing, and it's just like I'm conditioning the skin, and you know I've got like a little hematoma just from a light little forearm knock, and so
Agent in need of
it
backup.
definitely is it's sensitive. So I'm trying to hit it with these metal grasping tools every day and condition it up. But I think we're gonna do something called like some kind of topical to hold it together. I know we're working commissions right now just so it doesn't open up because we're not gonna, you know, you see what we're dealing with here.
Okay, let's see it. Oh, it looks much better.
I don't know how well you can see
there it is. Yes, I see the scar. Yeah, wow.
Imagine that thing connecting and hitting shin to shin, and in the middle of the fight, I got a big on my leg, which wouldn't be good. So, not trying to have the outcome of the fight be that. So, we're working to put some kind of adhesive on it in the fight and scrape it through it. So, it'll be fine. I have faith, and this time frame worked out the best. Really, it was come Madison Square Garden November. That was so dangerous at that point. That's the good thing I had to pull back. The good thing the knee happened and all that. So.
And by the way, is the knee that you had surgery on, is that the same
Oh my
leg
god,
as
what
the shin?
is this green loot?
Nope. Oh.
I hope
Okay.
it's something special.
No, we're good. Light heavyweight, I suspect a lot healthier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Getting down to where the injuries would always occur late in camp.
Nice.
You know, just sucking
Moist.
every bit of energy out of my body and carbs and depleting myself. But your body becomes stressed out and falls apart. And so, I never felt better. You know, eating food how I want to eat. I'm always eating healthy, but just my body's absorbing it. You know, I'm lying around 220 consistently and feeling good.
So right now you're 220?
Yes.
Oh wow, this is gonna be a breeze for you.
I might get a little bit bigger. I might get to like 225. You never know. I'm just lifting weights. I've never really lifted weights consistently like this, and it's having an effect.
Okay.
It's good.
Wow. And by the way, did they offer you anyone other than Jan and Corey? Any other names mentioned at 205?
No, they did throw out the gus fight. I didn't want to go overseas. I told them I'd do anything here in town, in this side of the states. I'm not going overseas, man. I've done that too much. I've been booked 3 times in Australia, out in Brazil. This is my first fight up at 205. I'm fighting here, obviously. I like the gus fight a lot,
They'll
but
send a team to recover the bodies. They deserve a proper burial.
I would have loved Anthony Smith.
Sorry to interrupt, Kelso, but it looks like there was hostile activity outside the medical tent.
He got somehow coaxed into going out there with Gus. I'm not sure if we wanted that or not, but you know, hey, whatever it is, what it is. I'm happy to have you on. You're tough, man. He's not got any trouble. He's been in there. He put it on. Gus. That fight.
What's your beef with Anthony Smith? He's such a nice guy. Why do you have such a problem with him?
I don't have any problem. He is my problem. Some people don't like to I mean, he's not that good. And I see people moving up and getting spots, getting slots, getting title fights. And I was trying to get a fight. And it didn't come to be, but that's what it was.
Do you feel like 205 is a lot more shallow than 185, so you'll be able to find the range a lot quicker than you would have had you stayed at middleweight?
I don't think it takes much of either weight, but I just feel better here. This is where I'm going to stay.
Alright.
You look good. I like eating. I'm hungry, but I'm going to stay hungry.
Yeah, what about any new photo shoots coming up? Ralph Lauren, what do you got?
I'm a plus size model, you know? I don't know if it works out.
You're done?
Yeah, I don't really care. No, I got a great relationship. I'm doing well with them, but you know, I just I'm eating good. So we'll see. happens. I got some trips to play in the summer later on, and when we handle business, but it's a long contract, and so we have some other things going. I'm not really pursuing that. Like I said,
All right, well,
I'm lifting weights, I'm getting big, and I'm doing my job.
yes.
My real job.
Time to get back to work. Luke, it's been a pleasure. If you have a pool party there, I'll bring the family, the kids. We'll have a blast. It looks like a great time behind you.
I guess these hyenas had no idea they were sitting on a
Thanks
face.
for doing this. Welcome back, and I hope the knee, the shin, everything goes well.
Cheers.
All right, there he is, the one and only Luke Rockhold. As cool as can be. No nonsense, Luke. Appreciate him stopping by. Looking forward to that fight July 6th in Las Vegas. All right, big news this weekend. Showtime Pettis moved up from 155 to 170, and he knocked out Wonderboy Thompson with a Superman hook. Bounced off the cage and then knocked him out with a hook. Unbelievable finish, one of the best that I've ever seen. He is back. Now he has a whole boatload of options at 170, at 155. Let's talk to the man Showtime who's joining us via FaceTime. There he is. Anthony, how are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Wow, congratulations on this, Anthony. I'm just wondering, so much talk about Showtime, getting back on track, all that stuff. You were very open going into this fight. You had lost 6 of 9 heading in. On a Monday morning, after you pull off something like that in a new weight class where everyone thought you were going to lose, you were crazy for moving up. Like, what is Monday morning like? Does everything just taste and smell and feel better?
Man, it just feels clear. I already did work out. I'm just focused, man. This year's a big year for me. This was a big first fight, but this year's a checkpoint. I got a big year now. I'm excited to see those.
You already did a workout today, this morning.
This morning, yes, got done.
No time off? You just fought.
No time off, man. I just feel hungry. I just feel really just by the success, man, honestly.
Okay, so what was the week like? Did you have to cut any weight heading into Friday?
I cut that down.
Yourself like, man, I should have done this sooner. Why did I kill myself going down to 155, let alone 145? Did that thought cross your mind?
Nah, you know what? I think everything had to happen, the way it did, to allow me to see that. Dropping down to 45, we only did that because the title shot was promised. We were right there, one win, we get a title shot. I tried it, didn't work my way, so we keep pushing. I don't get attached to these fights as wins or losses. They're all learning experiences.
Okay, and so you make the weight, everything goes well. Come Saturday, do you have any idea how much you weighed in the actual fight?
I weighed less this fight than I did when I was 182 pounds. My body processed slightly. My next fight, it was a 5-week cut. I ate and I was fat. It just held on there. And I think it's just man. It's hard to cut that weight down back in 24 hours. And you can feel it in the fights. You have the energy to just push forward and the weight is tough to keep going. Your body is mistakes that happen. I just think this on the fight. I threw overhand right and boom, break my hand. It cost me the fight.
Wow, that is fast. So how much did you weigh in that fight?
I think I was at 185 and I was the whole time.
Wow, that is amazing.
I got really quick.
And did you feel different in there on Saturday as opposed to the Tony fight, just because it was a lot more of a cleaner cut?
I had energy. I had energy. The game plan that I had going into this fight required energy and patience. Wonderboy was way bigger than me. I tried to bulk up. I put the muscle on. I put the size on, but he was a big guy, and we had a great game plan, man. Me and Duke just, we studied what we had to do. He showed it to me on tape. We started putting it together in sparring, and it just felt so clear on what the mission was.
So what was the game plan?
Chop them legs away, man. He has that traditional martial arts style, and his idea of his style is what I used to do. Throw straight punches to get the guy to start parrying and to start leaning, to start using your head to dodge the punches. And then once that happens, that's the cue to start kicking. So if I would have, instead of trying to parry the punches like I was and keep my head in the center, that would have been his key to kick. So you notice when he's punching, that he's parrying the jab, you get a reaction. And he's punching the jab, you get a reaction. And I didn't give him the look. So all of his high kicks, all of his low kicks, he did nothing. I just kept moving forward. If my nose didn't bleed, I think the fight would have looked way closer than what everybody expected. I was chopping them legs down. I knew it said be patient. Keep chopping the back leg, keep chopping the back leg. When I saw him hide his back leg like that, you can't take hook punches. So it happened after he threw that side kick. I parried, and his back leg was so he thought I was coming with a kick. I put the leg up just to fake the kick, right over the top of the hook, and that's all she wrote, man. It wasn't even a hard punch.
So at the end of the first round, you weren't concerned at all with the way the fight was going?
I didn't sit down. I think the first round was pretty tough. I think the second round was pretty tough. He has the energy there. I did 5 rounds, so you know, I was just I didn't really punch. I saved my punches for the right time. I didn't want to waste them. I didn't want to get into a striking match. He was too long. You know, his striking range is something I've never felt before. Like, you know, I sparred some of the best in the world. I mean, everybody. I've sparred so many guys, and I've never felt a striking range that was that long. So he could literally hit me from, you know, I felt like he was 5 feet away, but he was just, you know, tossing the jabs up. So, big respect to Wonderboy, the big martial artist.
Did you know that there was like 5-10 seconds left in the round when that finishing sequence? You did know that?
I did know that, yeah. You know, I didn't even care about the time. I wasn't looking at time. I wasn't looking at rounds. I was looking for what he did to allow me to go. So he started hiding that back leg. You see the fight, you can watch it. And I was chopping that back leg. You know, and he was southpaw, so I was going for his left leg. He started putting it further back in his stance. His stance. He tried to hide it, so it's impossible to take a look into that thing. There's no way you can take a look at it. One leg, so it was my cue to go. And I knew it was going to happen either. Second round, third round, once I started making that leg up.
Initially, I thought that you actually like pushed off the cage with your foot, but then it just seemed like you bounced off it. Did that give you a little more of a push, a little more momentum?
Yeah, I did. I bounced off the cage because he threw his sidekick. So I carried, or I caught his sidekick, I caught him on the knee. So like, if I would have caught the shit on that sidekick, I would have got that close. I caught his knee on the sidekick, and it allowed me to get like 2 inches closer to give him that face. Superman punch. So I wanted to bring the leg up, so he thought I was attacking that back leg, and then I just came over the top and threw the hook, and he didn't see it coming at all.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Superman punches in my day, like GSP, of course, made it famous. I don't know if I've ever seen the Superman hook. So you specifically worked on that technique?
I did Tony Ferguson, too. It's a kick punch.
Okay.
So, you know, if you land that kick, and then the opponent starts bleeding on the kick, and it opens up that side of the face. So, and you can jump with it. So he kind of is a Superman punch, but it's more of a kick punch setup.
Did you know that he had never been knocked out before in an MMA fight?
No, I didn't.
Wow. I think you know now, right?
Yeah, I do know now, man. I think it was 80 fights. I mean, that's such a cool number. Like, if you don't let Wonderboy, something's wrong with you.
What the fuck?
Afterwards, his Facebook Live in the hospital bed. Peter Mans is gold. You know, it's a good guy.
He's like one of the nicest human beings, right? I mean, he's so respectful towards you afterwards. I liked how respectful you were, but like just the both of you, no animosity whatsoever. I think it was just great to see how the whole thing played out.
Yeah, I think when you put 2 guys like that in there, we don't need to talk the trash. We don't need to sell the fight. You know, just pure martial arts is what sold that fight. And I delivered, man. You know, I told everybody I'm coming for the knockout, and I had a perfect game plan to deliver it.
So considering how good you felt all week, considering how the fight went, why would you enter? Because I heard you say Barboza Gaethje, which is just an insane fight. Like you wanted that fight, makes all the sense in the world. But why entertain the idea of going back down to 155? Why not stay at 170 for a bit?
A lot of big purposes. My teammates are at 170, man. Like Woodley, you know, I want to see him get that fight back. That was not Woodley, and you know, not being a selfish dude. You know, I want to see my friend succeed as well, and I think he deserves a rematch. I mean, that was one of the longest reigning champions in a long time. So you also got Ben Askren up there, another teammate of mine that I want to see do well. And I only went to 170 because I want to stay busy. I want big names. And I mean, Wonderboy, come on, man. I had to take that fight. No way I could get that fight.
So is it possible that your next fight is at 155? Like, are you done at 170?
No, I don't know yet, man. Like, that's the best part about this. It opens up the doors for so much, you know. I don't need to wait on anybody. I think, you know, my name won't want me fight, and I want to fight, so let's set it up.
What did you make of Connor's tweet afterwards?
I honestly, man, I don't follow all that stuff. You know, they tweeted about it on ESPN, and I think he tweeted after the Masvidal fight too. You know, people posted. But I don't know what his plan is. But you know, for me, if he wants to fight, let's do it. Like I'm not gonna go out there and say, "Oh, McGregor's so bad." You know, I heard he said, you know, my name is in the tweet. Let's do it. And I don't. You can sign me up, send me a contract. I'm ready to go.
You're not gonna beg for it, essentially, right?
At all. Yeah, I don't need to, man. I have so many good fights in front of me, and great competition that's actually been putting in the work. That's climbing up the ladders, climbing up the ranks. And I can get essentially anything I want.
I will say though, I love the idea of you fighting RDA again at 170. A rematch of that
that's
fight.
More of a personal thing for me, man. I need that fight back. You know, that's something I said. You know, I have to have that fight back. I gotta erase that off my record.
You feel like you'll only truly be able to get over what happened at UFC 185 if you do get to fight him again and erase that?
No, man, I think I got over it. It was more of a mental thing that I just Duke's been trying to tell me about it without me recognizing it. It still didn't make sense what he was saying. But then once I saw what he was saying, I was like, oh, there it is. You look at my last couple performances. The basics are just strong, and that allows me to show top. I don't go force splash. Like that knockout happened because I had 9 minutes of very strong basics and 1 second of him making a mistake.
What was Duke telling you?
Honestly, Duke didn't say much this time. We had such a good game plan. I already knew what to do. Like there wasn't anything Duke could tell me. He reassured me that we were on the right path. When I go back to the corner, I'm like, you want me to keep stalking? You want me to keep stalking? He said, do exactly what you're doing. I need more punches. So then, second round, I'm like, all right, now it's time to start getting the hands going because I found the range of the kicks. Wonderboy's a long guy, so it was a puzzle. Getting past that range was huge, but we figured it out. And the second him making a mistake led to that Showtime style knockout. And that just reassured me, all right, I'm on the right path. I'm back on track. I'm what got me the belt.
And any injuries afterwards? Hand okay? Everything okay?
Yeah, the hand didn't break, and I don't know if it was I hit him hard. That's right hand, chin, 3 times. I didn't know he was out. Obviously, I'm a bit sport. If I knew he was out, I wouldn't get going. But it was such a dynamic punch. I didn't know that had power on it to knock him out like that. Then when I saw him down, I'm like, oh man, he's knocked out.
And I don't know if you did it on purpose, but I liked your sort of unintentional homage to the great BJ Penn when you licked your own blood. I've never seen you do that before. What did that taste like?
It tastes like blood, man. I bleed in my fights. My nose, it bleeds most fights. Now, if a guy touches my nose, I probably will bleed. It's foreign to I just fight my life. So I think the fans and even the commentators at this point, made the blood worse than it was. It's a bloody nose. Like, you can get a bloody nose, sleeping in a dry room. It's not a big deal.
Okay. And so, in a perfect world, when would you like to return?
July. International Fight Week, Vegas.
Okay. And 155 or 170? Or it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter to me. It just depends who it is, man. Like, if it's for me, where I'm at in my career, I want entertaining, fun fights. I don't want guys coming at me, trying to hold me down, grind me out. Like, let's fight, man. If you're gonna come fight me, let's do it. Set it up. Let's fight. Let's not use rules to get a decision. I want real fights.
And the great thing is now you have options, right? You can go 170, 155. This is amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see what I got.
Incredible. Conor McGregor, Kenny Florian, Anthony Pettis, the only 3 fighters in UFC history to win a fight in 3 different weight classes. Well done, Anthony. What a moment that was. You've given us a lot of great moments. That one is up there with the Showtime kick, in my opinion. One of the best knockouts of the year thus far. Well done. Congratulations. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thanks.
There he is, Anthony Pettis stopping by. If you haven't seen the knockout, go check it out somewhere. ESPN Plus, YouTube. I don't know where you can find it. Go get it. Watch it. It was great. What a moment. All right, let's move this train right along. Last week I reported that Derek Lewis is going under the knife tomorrow. He has been fighting for the past 4 years. 4 years. I said 4 years. With a torn ACL, meniscus, and MCL. That's absurd. I think his record is like 9-4 in that stretch. That's like 13 fights if my math is correct. That's wild. Let's talk to the Black Beast. He joins us now via the magic of Skype. Derek, how are you?
Doing okay. How you doing?
I'm doing great. So you haven't had surgery yet, right? It's tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning.
How do you feel about it?
So I'm kind of nervous about it.
Uh-oh.
I got wake up
Reinforcements en route.
I'll keep hearing. So we'll see how it turns out.
It's your first surgery?
Yeah, it's my first.
Wow, your entire career you've had surgery before.
I couldn't believe you needed that. It's my first.
And so when I reported this last week, everyone on Twitter, because there's a lot of doctors on Twitter, they all said BS. They called BS. They said it's not true. There's no way that you can fight 4 years with these kinds of injuries. Can you tell us what you know about it?
Yeah, so my ACL is partial tear.
I'm pinned down.
My meniscus and MCL is all in between. So the ACL is hanging on by a thread. It's a rare tear. So it's partial tear. It's not torn all the way.
Okay, and you've been partially torn for 4 years?
Detected.
I'm the
Yes, Dr. said the way the angle of the tear is, they can tell and so I told him about the fight with Rowan Potts, and he got me that knee bar, and it was pretty tight, and I heard a pop whenever he did it, but I still got this issue. And
February of 2015. That's the card where Ronda Rousey fought Kat Zingano. That's a long time ago. Since then, you've had all these big fights. You fought for the belt. Was it not hindering your abilities? Did you not, like, were you not bothered by it? So what was the breaking point that forced you to go see the doctor?
Incoming hostiles detected. Because I couldn't stop the takedowns for nothing in the world, and so that was the reason, because I didn't have any strength in my leg.
Do you feel like the DC fight would have gone differently had you had a healthy leg?
I believe so. You know, whenever I was on my knees, in submission, I usually try to go out of that situation so they won't have a chance to grab my neck out of submission like that. But I went too slow and he got me on my hostile detected.
Okay, and so what happened just prior to the JDS fight? You just had that fight, but a couple weeks before you injured it even worse?
I don't think it happened either worse. It was just that I wanted to step my training up before JDS fight. So we was doing a lot of things that I usually don't do in training. And it was really bothering me. You know, and I told my coaches and everything, I said, man, my knee is still pretty weak. So I was telling my coaches like for months, I was telling them that my knee is weak and my back is bothering me. But my back has been pretty good. Just my knee been really bothering me a lot more. I guess it has got worse over time. So we had went to the doctor 2 weeks before the fight and did X-ray and stuff like that. And the UFC had set everything up. We had told them the doctor
Supply room access
torn and
unlocked.
on my knee and stuff like that. And the UFC, all they was worried about if I was still going to fight. And I told them, yeah, I'm going to fight, so don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. And they call again the next day and ask if I'm still going to fight. I said, yeah, I'm still going to fight.
Interest
I said, I ain't no more. I'm still fighting.
Wow. Is it true that your coach, Bob Perez, was trying to get you to not fight? Like, was he worried about the state of your leg?
Yeah, he didn't want me to fight. Another one of my coaches didn't want me to fight, but I told him I've been fighting like this for a long time now. I've been feeling the same way for a long time. There ain't no way I'm going to back out now, especially 2 weeks before the fight. So I pulled out before due to an injury or fighting. I was in a very bad state of mind right after that.
Right, you just don't like doing that.
Yeah, I hate doing it.
What did it feel like in the fight itself against JDS?
Device detected.
You know, every time I try to throw my pump fake, anything kind of faking, that's usually why I couldn't really do any type of pump faking. Even whenever I tried to throw my left hook on my front leg, it was like so much pain every time, and I couldn't really go forward.
I saw you even.
So that's why I was all on the damn fence.
I saw you throw like a couple of head kicks in that fight. How were you able to do that?
Yeah, that's the part of, I guess that's the partial tear in the ACL that still allow me to do that. But trust me, I was in a lot of pain. I'm always in a lot of pain whenever I do it. And I also know it's a lot of reason because of my weight also.
Right. You've also you just mentioned the back. You've been dealing with a back issue for a while. Do you feel like the back issue is connected to the knee issue? Like maybe you were overcompensating in one area?
Yeah, that's what the doctor had said too. Because they already had told me, like, whenever I got my back fixed and worked out and everything, they were saying that something is wrong with my left leg. And he just thought maybe it's because I'm not stretching right. And so I thought maybe because I wasn't stretching either. Usually whenever I go to the gym, I just straight hitting pads or whatever. I don't even stretch. And so I thought that's what it came from, just not stretching.
So you hopefully have a successful surgery tomorrow, and they've told you that the recovery time is how long?
4 to 6 months. That's with rehab and everything.
Okay. I mean, maybe this is just what the doctor ordered in a weird way, because you have been fighting a lot, right? And you've talked about wanting a bit of a break. So is there a part of you that's looking forward to this break? They can't call you when you're recovering from knee surgery, right?
Yeah, ain't no telling, dog. Ain't no telling. It's the UFC. So
I feel like they're gonna call you next week.
They still will call me and try to get something booked. Maybe in November or sometime, and still try to get me to fight then.
They love you.
We'll see. Yeah, that's cool that they love me, but let's see how long they love me, though. I know I got to get this next win for sure.
Right. What did you like looking back on the fight against JDS? Did you just chalk it up to the knee? Were you just not there?
You know, I felt like that fight too. You know, it's really frustrating because I know what type of training we went through, and the body kick to the kick to my body, I just lost the wind out of me right there. But whenever he kicked my knee and my leg, and that's whenever I couldn't feel my knee anymore, my leg anymore either.
Damn.
And so I just went down, just curled up like I did, and I just couldn't move anymore after that.
Wow. Were you able to walk out on your own?
Whenever we got to just before the exit and exit of the stadium, then I couldn't walk anymore.
Wow. That's amazing. When he hit you to the body, it looked like you almost actually got him. Like it was like, I don't know if you've ever seen Scott Smith against Pete Sell. It looked exactly like that moment. It looked like, did you think you connected?
Yeah, I thought I connected his chin, but everyone was telling me it was his chest. But I was like, whenever I thought I hit him on the chin, I was like, damn, he ain't go out. And I thought for sure he was going to go out, so I thought I hit him on the chin. But even if he would have went out like days or something like that on the ground, I don't think I would have had enough air in my gas tank to finish him there, because I really couldn't breathe at all.
Man, because of the kick to the body.
Yes.
Right. Wow, that's just amazing. Well, I'm happy that you're going to get some time off now, and who knows what the division is going to look like, come November. I mean, DC maybe fighting Brock Lesnar. Your guy Francis all of a sudden is a world beater. Did you see this coming?
A world beater?
Yeah.
A woman beater or a world beater?
No, world beater. World beater. He,
what is that?
You know, like he's beating Cain Velasquez. He beat Curtis Blades.
What are you trying to get me to say, man? What you want me to say?
I was just wondering if you were surprised, because after your fight against him, I don't think a lot of people thought he'd rebound this way.
Well, shit, we all heavyweights, and it don't take that much, that's good for him, though. I guess you can say I'm happy for him.
Oh, wow.
I'm not no hater or nothing like that. That's good for him.
Wow.
I want him to be the best he can be. Yeah.
I feel like before it's all said and done, we need to have that one back. We need to run it back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we gotta have it back. We gotta have it back just to see what happens. I go in there, win, lose, or draw. I'm still giving my all. I don't care what goes on, what happens in the fight. And yeah, we gotta have it back for the fans.
Did you see Curtis Blades
Hostile
over this
supply
past weekend?
convoy nearby.
No, I didn't see it, but a friend of mine had called me afterwards and said that he called me out.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Yeah, that's fine. Whenever I get back healthy and everything, and this should be the best. I should be in the best shape
control
of my life
point
when I
detected.
come back, because I'm really focused on my weight and just martial arts. Period. Come out there and really get to find something to look forward to.
How much weight do you want to lose?
At least 40 pounds.
Whoa, really? How much you weigh right now?
290.
Do you want to be 250?
Yeah, 250 be the ideal weight. So I'll be in the bed at least a month straight.
Right.
So hopefully I lose some weight then, but Popeyes don't deliver, so we'll see what happens.
I heard you were kind of down on Popeyes.
No, I'm not down. I just haven't had it yet.
You still haven't cashed in on that?
Not yet.
What are you waiting for? You got so much money, you don't need the free food anymore, huh?
Yeah, I know. I have been acting bougie lately, though.
I know.
Forgive me for that.
I've noticed. You're back down to earth?
Yeah.
I miss the old Derek. The old Derek would text me back. Now I have to go through Lou. I've got to go through this guy. You're all big time now.
Yeah, Mike Tyson hit me up a few days ago.
Really?
And I told him, man, you gotta talk to Lou.
What did he hit you up for?
I don't know. He told me, how can I get in touch with you? I said, man, you gotta hit up Lou.
Mike Tyson reached out and you sent it to Lou, your manager?
Yeah.
Why? You don't want to talk to Mike Tyson?
No, it's levels to this. You can't just come out and reach out to me person. You know that.
Mike Tyson's a Johnny come lately.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Hey, it could be some
Friendly control point
like
nearby.
Just hit up Lou.
Damn.
I sent the Lou number.
Did he reach out to Lou yet?
Lou just said that it's probably something they probably just want to train me or something like that, show me something.
Whoa,
So
Mike
he
Tyson.
does it.
Iron Mike.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's okay, man. It's not boxing, is it?
Wow. Did we lose him? Derek, are you still there? It's probably Mike Tyson. He's mad that he sent him to his manager. That's crazy. Mike Tyson reached out to me to help me with something. I'm probably taking that call. Alright. Well, it looks like we lost Derek here. Can we reconnect with him quickly? Because I'd like to say goodbye properly. But in a matter of seconds, we're going to be joined by Curtis Blades. Oh, I think he may be back. He's going to be joining us coming off that big win over Justin Willis this past weekend in Nashville, Tennessee. That was in the co-main event of the Anthony Pettis fight. And there was a lot of talk back and forth between both Blades and Willis. Actually, well, if I'm being honest, Willis was doing more of the talking. In the end, Curtis Blades got the last laugh. That was one-sided. Very one-sided. Big takedowns all over the place. Wild stuff. Great performance from Curtis. Of course, he's coming off the loss to Francis Ngannou in China, so I was curious to see how he would bounce back, and he bounced back with flying colors, as they say. After Curtis, we're going to be joined by the new welterweight champion, Kamaru Usman. After that, we'll be joined by Uriah Faber, Jacare Souza, Royce White, still to come. Derek, you there?
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Derek. All the best to you.
Control point in
Derek, there's some sort of technical difficulties. I can't win with the Black Beast. I appreciate him stopping by, and I wish him the best. He's the man. I see him shaking his head. He's shaking his head. You can't see it, but I can. He's disappointed in me. I'll never be able to win his heart over. Never. I'll never be able to gain his acceptance. It will never happen. Thank you very much to the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. Always great to talk to him. So there you have it. You heard it from him. Partial tear of the ACL, torn meniscus, torn MCL. He shall be back. All right. Like I said, Curtis Blades coming up. Let me tell you about Curtis Blades, courtesy of my friend Andrew Davis, giving him a shout out. Do I not have any Curtis Blades stuff? Oh, yes. He had 7 takedowns against Justin Willis, 40 career takedowns. That's most. Number 1 in heavyweight division. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Corporate Jake. I didn't know you do that sort of thing. I know you're very busy.
I'm trying to make the show go, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate that. New York Rick never did that for me. No, he didn't record.
Oh, he's gone.
Yep. You say that with such gusto. Curtis Blades has the most wins at heavyweight since 2017.
Be right back.
Belongings without hyenas harassing them.
backup request.
few months ago. So he pops up at the hotel, I think, Wednesday night, and he's like, remember me? I'm like, no. And he gives me his Instagram name. I'm like, okay, I remember you. And he's like, let's go. I'm like, right now? Bro, I got a fight this weekend. What are you talking about? But then he's like, I want Justice Boys. I'm like, okay, so he puts you up to, because he knows I'm not going to fight you. The guy was 6'2", 190 pounds. I'd gone to jail. I would have gone to jail for that.
Wow, this is wild. And so at that moment, the cops escorted him out?
No. That's when I hit up the UFC, and but there was also an incident when I got to the other gym, the gym with the spas and stuff, where Justin Willis was there, and I was there with one of my teammates. We were there just to hop in the spa, and the whole time
Safe
we're
area
doing
detected.
The initial checking in process.
Agents requesting
It takes
backup.
a few minutes because you have to get all the information. He's over there across the desk, just chilling like, I'll make you call me Big Daddy. You're gonna call me Big Pretty. This, and that. And I'm just ignoring him the whole time. This was like a solid 5-6 minutes in this. And then we finally get done with the process and we go into the spa.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
This sounds like a very stressful fight week. Or annoying.
Just very annoying because it's not very professional. That's what I expect at the highest level. Like, we're not fighting on the regional circuit. We're not fighting in like back of a like.
We need you to facilitate safe access to the underground parking garage by the university residence. Civilians need to be able to retrieve their belongings without hyenas harassing them.
Because he knew his only chance to beat me was to get me like emotionally unstable.
Right. And do you think that he paid this guy to do this?
He may not have paid him. He might have just offered him like, yo, I'll give you a picture on Instagram or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna accuse him of paying him, but he definitely put him up to it.
Well, and so and this guy was talking to you. Was he talking to you before the Willis fight was even done, or only once that became a reality, that fight?
He sent my DMs like way back in October, but since then I hadn't heard. I think I blocked him actually. Yeah, probably blocked him. Yeah. But then he pops up at the hotel. I don't know if he's a local or what. He didn't have an accent, so I don't know.
Yeah, that was my next question. And maybe he lives in Nashville, so it was easy for him.
I have no idea.
Oh my. So do you think the I don't know, the issue between you and Justin will just never, like, you're not really interested in squashing the beef with him at this point?
He will never have my respect. Okay. So like when me and Alistair how we're able to be cool and train together. I don't even hate Ngannou. I respect Ngannou. Like he goes out there, he does what he does. He doesn't talk smack. He does work. I respect him. Justin Willis, hope he loses every fight for the rest of his career.
Wow. So yeah, I can understand why you feel that way. Wow, that is unbelievable. Well, way to get back on track, Curtis. What a great win for you. I know that you said that you were upset that you couldn't inflict damage, but I mean that was a pretty darn dominant performance. I feel like you've proven your point. I feel like you set out to do something and you did it on Saturday.
Thank you.
Was it weird talking to DC, his teammate, after the fight, or no?
No, it didn't even hit me. Yeah, they both had AKA. It didn't even hit me until afterwards. That's why I was like, oh yeah, maybe it was for him. I don't know. It wasn't weird for me though. I was heated, and it was all that Justin Willis. I was super heated.
Yeah. I feel like you should have called him out right then and there. DC was talking to you, the champ.
We actually did ask for DC like months and months before he fought Derek Lewis, and then it went to Derek Lewis.
Agent, secure the underground parking garage. Make sure that civilians can get in and out safely.
I might lose or I might win if he loses to me.
I've got eyes on 2 hostile groups in the middle of a scuffle by the parking lot.
When do you want to return?
Neutralize the threat and find your way in.
Las Vegas. Enjoy this one. Curtis, what a great win. What a great bounce back win for you after what happened in the last year in China. Appreciate you coming on. Thank you. Alright, there he is. Curtis Blades. Curtis Razor Blades.
Agent
Joining
vital
us.
signs. 0.
Big win for him, and that is a crazy thing. That is an absolute crazy thing that just happened. Guy coming up to him in a hotel? That's wild. Alright, great stuff there from Curtis Blades. Congratulations on the victory. Alright, in a matter of moments, we're going to be joined by the new UFC welterweight champion, Kamaru Usman. Won the belt just that press conference in Brooklyn prior to UFC 223. There's a lot there. His brother just won in Titan FC. A lot going on in the life of Kamaru Usman, so I'm looking forward to catching up with him in a matter of moments. And after that, we're going to be joined by the California dad himself, Uriah Faber. And then after that, Joffrey Sosa. And then we shall wrap up the day with Royce White. A reminder that the UFC is back this weekend on ESPN. It's UFC Philadelphia. It's Justin Gaethje against Edson Barbosa. Dave Branch on the card. Michelle Watterson on the card. Sabina Mazo on the card. That's this weekend. I'll be there. For now, let's say hello to our next guest. Great to talk to the new champ, the new king at 170 pounds, the one and only Kamaru Usman joins us right now via the magic of Skype. Kamaru, how are you, my friend? It's good to talk to you. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. So we're around 3 weeks removed from you making history. First African-born champion. Life as champion has finally set in. What is it like? Is it different than you expected?
Nothing's different. I mean, I've known for a while inside that I was going to be the champion. It's just now that everyone is starting to see it. You know, now it's solidified with everybody. But I've known for a while. Have I not always looked like the champion? I mean, when I show up at these fights, I mean, I do everything that a champion does. I exude everything that it takes to be a champion. I dress like a champion. I walk like a champion. I talk like a champion. It's just now everybody's starting to see what I've been saying all along.
You feel like you're getting more love because you're a champion?
I don't, this is not about that. I don't do it for the love. I don't do it. I chose to do this because I love competing. That's what was fueling me. I was competing, and in the sense of, competing, I found a way to be able to provide for my beautiful daughter and my family. So, that's the main thing that's important to me. That's why I'm doing this.
By the way, that tuxedo that you wore on Fight Night, I mean, that was special. I don't know if you could wear that again because it was so memorable. It was so nice.
I know, that's the thing with, really actually coming out here and looking good like that is the fact that you can only put these things on because there's so many photographs out there of you. I have a couple of shirts that, the most expensive thing that I've ever spent money on. And after wearing one goal, there's so many pictures out about it, and I'm just like, man, I don't know if I can wear that again.
I mean, that jacket was just phenomenal on that decision. What's the best thing, the best byproduct of being a champion so far? Something happened behind the scenes, someone reach out to you a little bit. Anything come to mind?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a ton of those. I mean, there's been a lot of that's just kind of the way the world works. It's kind of like show proof. Once you start to do something, incredible, then people kind of start noticing. People want to kind of disengage you or give you props. But
The power to the garage door needs to be restored. Find the circuit breaker and get it back on.
My favorite part about it now is the fact that I don't have to go on fights. They have to come to me now. So that's the whole thing that's amazing.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I mean, that's just an amazing byproduct because there's so much politics involved and I think about that. So that must feel very good. That moment that you had with your daughter in the cage, that's one of my favorite moments. I don't know if she will appreciate it now. Certainly in 10, 15 years she will appreciate it. Did she say anything to you afterwards when you guys were alone about that?
Now, for some reason, I don't know, my daughter's so smart and so advanced. One of the biggest things now that she likes to do is she'll just out of the blue, Daddy, I'm so proud of you. Wow. You're fine. And I'm just like, I don't know how to react in that moment. It's like, should I cry? Should I, I just pick her up and give her a big hug and give her a kiss. But I think about 3 or 4 different occasions now she said that to me, Daddy, I'm so proud of you. And then she'll recall the moment. She always asks me, like, Daddy, remember I was on TV with Joe, I don't really remember a lot of it. That was just, I just poured out my heart, whatever was in there, and it was what I said that night.
The moment afterwards, with you and Tyron's mom, of course, that went viral. Everyone loved that. What was? I mean, I don't even know if anything was going through your mind because you could tell you were very emotional. You had just been through the fight. You just realized your dream. But for his mom to embrace you like that and to say what she said to you, do you remember what you thought as that was happening?
Yeah, like, I visualized a little piece of that as well, because I know Mom Wood, and she's such a spectacular woman. I mean, shout out to Mom Wood, but I visualized that a piece is how would this go down, how would everyone react once I do this, once I go out there and I actually do defeat Tyron Woodley. And, I thought about it because I've seen her do that before. That's just how she is. She's just a spectacular woman. She did that with Darren Till, with Darren Moss. She went back and told me and so I mentioned that a little bit, but it was just something about it. And like I said, I spent a time ago talking about it a little bit, so it was just me walking back there. And just really, she broke me down because I saw I was walking by and I was down and just walking and then walking to my restroom and then I see her and she said something. Kind of like for some reason I just my ear just gravitated towards her and I saw her and I just kind of walked towards her. I just kind of had to embrace her and she just broke me with the words. She broke me down and it's, like I said, I have this chip on my shoulder that I've had for years and years and years all through my life and she broke right through that to where I couldn't even really talk to her. All I could just do was listen, take what she was saying and just cry on her shoulder.
Do you feel like the chip is gone now?
No, shit is never gone. I mean, there's a lot of different things, a lot of different situations that I still do that is never gone. I've been underestimated for years and years and years, and I'm still underestimated. I mean, there's one guy my whole fight league being about to fight for the title saying that I'm not good enough, I can't wrestle with this guy because I didn't go to a Division I college, and I can't strike with this guy, that there's nothing that I can do as well as this guy. And then you had another jabroni over here going, oh, how does it feel? You're about to get knocked out by this guy. You're trash. You're nothing. You're nobody. You go back to your country. This and that. All kinds of trash. And you know what? I just shrugged it off my shoulder. You guys can do what you want. You can say what you want, but I know who I am on the inside, and I know what I possess, and I think I showed that March 2nd.
So we know about what happened in the build-up, but like the moment you leave the cage, there's Colby. The Sunday after at the Palms, there's Colby. You have the altercation. Did you feel like that stuff was overshadowing your moment?
No, nothing can overshadow my moment. I love Colby. He did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. Because, the training was passing by, his blood was passing by. And so, what he wanted to do was just kind of keep his name in the running the whole week. And he did a good job of that. And, coming to the fight and all that spectacle, trying to crash my whole workout and all that, he did a good job of that. But hats off to him. But, as you see, when I see him in the fade line, we're walking up and we see him standing there in the fade line like a loser. And this is the guy that goes out and goes, so I'm in my private jet, I got this and that, I got this money, I'm having money, all this. You're waiting in the fade line. Granted, yes, the Palms Casino, one of the best hotels right now in Las Vegas. You're standing in the fade line like a loser. And we walk up to him, and I was the first one, I was the first one that they saw him. I was the first one, right in his face. If I really wanted, I could have gave him a 3-piece and a biscuit and slid out as well. But I didn't want to do that because I realized to myself, you know what, I'm not about to mess up my money. Now I get the opportunity to really do what I want, and that's fight this man in an octagon in front of millions and millions of fans, and I've been wanting to do for years now. I get that chance. But my manager, Ali, doesn't get that chance. So, Kobe ran his mouth. He said a lot of things to a lot of different people, especially with Ali. Kobe ran, he called him a terrorist, called him all things, talked about his family.
Good job. The civilians can now safely collect their belongings and gather resources from this area.
I'm talking dirty smack. He smacked it out of Kobe. And I know Kobe got on here lying, saying that, oh, they didn't touch him. He got smacked. Heavily. We got the real video. He got smacked. And his security was, you could just see the look on his face. It was praying for dear life that we didn't really want to try to hurt him. Because if we wanted to, it would have been bad. We would have hurt him. But, you know what, like, you know, you saw me in this. I was trying to de-escalate the situation, but when you talk about somebody like that, and you talk about us now, we're not just any nobody. Like, you talk about an African man like that, talk about his family, you call him a terrorist, you talking all this. I was trying to hold him back. Like, he would have ripped Kobe up right there. And then you see the video, you're a tough guy, you're fighting, you're hiding. Serious problem detected.
What the fuck?
You're hiding. And who does that? You're hiding, and then, like, what a sucker.
Incoming backup request.
You're in the middle of a crisis here. You're a professional fighter. You pull your phone out. I'm gonna document this. I'm gonna document this. I'm documenting. What are you guys doing? Why are you guys acting like thugs? Bro, you were talking all that stuff online, but now they press you. And you want to cry. Oh, you acting like thugs. And then you see him. He get on the phone. And then he got on the show. He said, oh, I was calling my chicks. Oh, that sounded like you calling your chicks. No, you were calling the cops once again.
I'm level 30 now. I will join a clan and let's see what else we can do to gear up towards tier 4 and tier 5.
Over here. You hear me?
Entering safe area. Agent in need of backup.
is this? Arrow.